I'm just saying. I mean, I don't think everyone wants to know exactly what we're going to do before we start.
There's nothing wrong with a little pre-gaming, pre-show bantering, Matthew.
No, I don't mind pre-show bantering. I just don't want everybody to know exactly what we're going to talk about. Like
and by the way,
how we're going to burn Ted alive.
Fuck you, Ted. Fuck you, Ted.
Whoa! Why are you starting out with curses? I thought we were like trying to limit our F words.
Yeah, notice I'm not even looking at Ted.
Yeah, why are you pointing at?
Why are
you? I heard. I don't listen to the show, huh? I was a target at the beginning of the show. You guys teed off me right at the beginning.
What? No,
Mark's a complainer. He's a whiner with his microphone.
Who said that?
Well, you did.
Not me.
No. Well, let's replay it. Go back. Roll the tape.
Let's replay that.
Honestly, I don't remember anybody saying that.
You didn't listen to the show.
No. I think Ted and I started. I said, Ted, you know Mark's not going to.
What do you think? I'm making this up?
Ted cried for what? Did you cry for 3 minutes? I said,
those
don't
were
worry
happy
about
tears,
it.
you bastard.
Yeah, I said, Ted, don't worry about it. I'll bitch and moan like Mark always does, and then you'll think he's here.
See?
Oh boy.
So is that what it is?
Well, you know what?
See, I let Ted beat me in golf yesterday.
If it's
he's still being mean to me.
if it's any consolation, I'm sure people talk about me behind my back all the time, and I can handle it.
No, we don't. We talk about you right in front of you.
That's the worst part.
That's
Actually, we don't talk about you, Ted. We have like a character Ted, right, Matt? There's the real Ted, and there's like this character Ted.
No, my favorite.
We talk about character Ted all the time.
No, people listen. People get online, and the first thing they say is, they said, this is why Ted's the best. God, it makes me crazy, but this is why Ted's the best. He goes, this is my favorite, how he can pretend to not know what's going on all the time. And I'm like, are you out of your mind?
It's like Columbo.
I go,
it's like Columbo. He's like, I just got one more question.
He's the Leonardo DiCaprio of podcasts. Right? I mean, he can pretend the entire time that he has no clue what's happening. And then people are just like, oh, man, the way he does it. I mean, sometimes you just don't hear him talk at all. Like, I know you guys are pretending he's not on his phone. And then all of a sudden he just goes, what distillery are you from? What do you guys make? Do you guys make shoes? Oh, you make liquor? Awesome. Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Ted. No.
We're not gonna,
I still love you.
We're not going to F-word Ted to death.
So you know what I learned? You're gonna
F me to death.
No, you know what I learned while I was on my assignment?
Are we in prison?
On my assignment?
You're on assignment, right? Last week.
Kevin Matthews is being inducted into the Broadcast Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he is.
This year.
Yeah, he is. I know that, yeah.
Dude, I love Kevin Matthews.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
When did he retire? It's funny. I don't think I've heard of him. I know he's famous. I've never listened to the guy, but when did he go off the air?
I mean, when radio died, he kind of, in mid-'90s.
He was on longer than Steve Dahl.
2000s?
Steve Dahl started his podcast. I think Matthews was still on. And he's from Michigan. He went back up to Michigan and was doing something in Michigan.
Yeah.
But he's doing a podcast, too, just like Johnny B. He's still got a show. Johnny B's still got a show.
Yeah, he just doesn't do it very often. I haven't listened to his last one. Yeah, he does. I think he does like once every couple months. So Johnny B had like throat cancer.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. Yeah.
No, I thought it was another guy with throat cancer. Was it Johnny B?
Yeah,
Johnny B
Ted,
had it
Ted,
too.
More than he's not the originator of throat cancer, but yeah, he had some sort of throat issues. Yeah.
He kind of had the Freddie Mercury mustache, right? Johnny B.
Yeah,
He had the little mustache, So
yeah, he had the little porn stash going. Yeah, he did.
Actually, I did meet two Chicago radio DJs back in the day. And they were very discourteous to me.
Eddie and Jobo.
And Jobo.
Here we go. The Eddie and Jobo
Jesus.
story.
We're not doing
Extremely.
No, we're not doing it, Ted.
Man.
Forget it.
I attribute that to heavy cocaine use, so I forgive them.
Oh, man.
Allegedly.
And ketamine.
Allegedly.
And ketamine.
Allegedly.
And anal fissures.
Even though I can absolutely prove that. Yeah.
That's not allegedly.
Yeah, Ted. I mean, why I don't understand. I mean, they're big time. When Ted comes, when you come up to them and you're like, I've met Mr. Coffee, and I've been molested by several men your age. When I was younger. I mean, what do they say to that? I mean, there's nothing to say to that. They're probably pretty rude.
They had a very nice speaking voice, though. I'll give them that. It was like, whoa. I was like, they actually sounded just like they do on the radio. They had a very distinctive speaking voice.
Nobody really does. There's no thing that people do so that your voice sounds different. I mean, that's like if you're singing, like if you're Lord or something. I don't know.
Who was those other two people on the air? There were Eddie and Kathy, or Kathy and Eric.
Eric and Kathy.
Eric and Kathy. I saw billboards of them like a while ago, but they were very vanilla. A long time ago.
And they might be on. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're the only one, Mark. You're the only one who listens to radio in the world.
They're not on anymore. She sued him. He's off the air. He's like,
what?
Oh yeah, he's going through like millions of dollars of litigation.
He's
off
the
the air.
Toucher?
He forced. Yeah, he was
the
forced.
locked door.
Allegedly, he was having sex with an intern, and
he forced himself.
It was not
somebody
and
else.
she was pissed. She was pissed that it wasn't
and
her.
He came on to
That's
her.
why she sued.
I thought she sued because like they bored their audience to death because I listened to them. I'm like,
so he's working with this woman, making millions of dollars.
Yeah. Yep.
And the only person he can think to sexually aggravate, allegedly, is the person he works with.
They all came out. All these women came out.
What a fucking genius!
All these women came out and said he's a sexual predator, and it's like
he looks so harmless.
Created him. They created. They're like painting him as a monster. It's really bad. So he's been off the air ever since.
Mark, that's called a false narrative. When somebody paints you a certain way and there's no rebuttal, you paint a picture of somebody without...
I mean, it's not a false narrative if he did it. I'm not saying he did it.
No,
I'm not saying he did it.
Allegedly.
Right.
Allegedly.
I'll tell you who I met back in the day. Dick Biondi.
Dick Biondi.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What did
he
he do?
He
wasn't
my
top
phone.
40, but he...
No, he was oldies. The oldies station.
Oldies.
Yeah. He did the oldies station.
Yeah. Wow. Nobody gives a shit about that, do they?
No, now the oldies is like Foo Fighters and Nirvana and...
Wow, you're going way back.
Yeah.
I met Abraham Lincoln one time. No, I didn't because that's a complete lie.
Ted, that was a look-alike, man. That was a wax. That was a wax.
And he was on
museum.
stilts, Ted. Right when you know that the former president is not going to come
in
visit
a parade,
you.
in a parade on stilts.
Mark, I'm an astronaut.
Oh, my space cadet. I don't know about an astronaut.
Oh, and Mark, you missed this. You missed this and came back. Yeah. You left on assignment, and you had a chance. You could have walked away like Johnny did. You could have just walked away, watched fires.
Could have been a fire dragon in Alaska or whatever.
I don't know. I don't think he was a fire dragon. But yeah, and then you came back.
I started to, but I got a call from Steve.
So that he wouldn't ever be asked again if you came back?
No.
Oh.
Steve said, please come back.
He said one word. Oh, that's like Princess Bride. He said, please. He just said one word, please.
Pretty please?
No, Prince. Oh, that's the greatest movie of all time.
So was Steve in my seat, and the guests were across from me?
Yes. Does that make a difference?
No,
I cleaned the seat.
The mic smells really good.
Steve doesn't. None of you guys really smell.
I think he was eating Mentos.
Yeah. Ted might smell bad, but none of you guys smell good. I've got a couple of friends. Jimmy smells good. He lays the cologne on.
He's a high karate guy.
Yeah.
Dude, my 17-year-old lays the cologne on.
What's the cologne? What's the cologne of choice these days? The Drakkar Noah or what's like
Ted, you just went back behind the food.
Polo,
Marco,
the green bottle.
Yeah.
All my men wear English leather, or they wear nothing at all.
Clubman.
Was that a thing?
No, Clubman
was
all
the barber shops.
No, Clubman is the powder they use on the back of your neck.
But they have a cologne too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Clubman's been around.
I don't know, man. You know what? I think I stopped caring what I smell like as long as I'm clean. That's it. I just
you hear that?
I constantly shower myself.
Do you hear that?
Are you farting or something?
No, do you hear that ticking noise?
No, there's not a bomb in your.
There's a bomb under my seat.
That's in your head.
No, we did not. Listen, we didn't like Steve so much that we put a bomb under your seat. Why would we do that? That's ridiculous. Yeah, outrageous. Ted, you're just too.
We would
move
send
a little bit away.
We would send a drone to your house, Mark. That's how we roll. We don't do bombs.
No.
Hey,
no.
Speaking
You know
of
what I would
drones.
do? I would send the Russian guy, but here's the problem. He would tell you before he gets there, and then take social media pictures, announce it on social media, and then you would know not to be there. The world's worst coup. When you get it, you're about to coup someone, but several hours before you get on social media and let them know you're coming.
That voodoo that you coup.
Is that how you put it?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm about to coup you, man.
I'm about to coup your ass right now. Yeah. Can you believe that? I'm hearing about this, and I'm like, wait, what is this? This guy, I'm coming by to kill Putin. Just want to let you know I'm on my way. Be there in about an hour.
I told you why he did that, right?
Because he's stupid?
No, they're trying to. It was never. I think the intent was to drum up like a grassroots movement and get support
of cooing.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're like.
Now he knows. But now he knows that you want to do it. You had one chance to do it without telling him. Now that you've told him, you have zero chance.
It's hard not. I mean, just because he advertised it, there was like 10,000 troops and tanks marching through towards Moscow.
Oh, so he did a fail on the beginning.
But they were.
That's
like,
when you have a parade.
It was like
a parade,
PR
basically.
stunt.
They were on their way. We're on our way to Moscow.
It was a PR stunt.
Yeah, all pretend. Because if I'm really going to do that, then I'm going to have a real parade, but I'm going to put in a fake parade, but with real guns. And then when we get there, all the guns slowly
Isn't that
turn
called
towards
isn't
Mr.
that called a
Putin.
Trojan horse?
Well, you know what would have been embarrassing if it was been like Will Ferrell in what's that movie that was in?
I have no idea.
Where he's like going streaking.
He's
He's going streaking through the quads. Come on, we're going.
Old school.
Old school.
Old
and then
school.
and then he turns around. There's no army behind him. He's like, "Come on, we're going to Moscow for a coup." And he gets halfway there, and he turns around. There's nobody with him.
That would be. I mean, that's kind of. Isn't that? What's the difference between what he did? What's the difference? When you tell everybody, I mean, I just don't understand the whole thing.
You know, the experts are saying they're giving him like 2 weeks
to live
till he's dead. Yeah,
30 to 60 days. They're saying he'll either get poisoned or fall out of a way because he's. Here's the thing.
All of Putin's enemies have either been poisoned or fallen out of. You ready? One particular hotel. They've all gone to the same hotel, and like 6 of them have all fallen to their deaths by choice. Out of that particular hotel.
So here's the funny thing. So I guess this guy's in charge. It's like the Wagner mercenary. So I guess he's in charge of a mercenary army of like 25,000 fighters who are, I guess, former Russian prisoners. So it's like the
cream of the crop.
Yeah. So what's that movie? The American movie with the brig? Like they get the best soldiers out of the brig.
Dirty Dozen.
Yeah, something like that. So here's the bottom line. So he just took a deal to get exiled to Belarus in exchange for all the charges, quote unquote, being dropped against him.
Right.
So here's the thing.
So
here's the thing. He has no bodyguards. He has no more army. So you don't think somebody eventually is going to, like a Russian double agent, is going to find where he is and slip some susanacholine into his tuna fish sandwich or something?
I feel like
what is that? Susanacholine?
Susanacholine.
Oh,
it's a paralyzing agent.
All right, welcome to Poison Talk.
Wow. Or we could talk about phenobarbital.
That is amazing, man.
I know he can just off the top of his head, as fast as possible, come up with the perfect poison to kill the perfect person.
He went to like the opposite of pharmaceutical school. He went to like instead of pharmacy school, he went to like he went to poison school.
Yeah,
He went to like evil pharmacy school.
It's that evil pharmacy school. Yeah, I could just see that. Ted, I want you to go to pharmacy school. Daddy, can I go to evil pharmacy school? Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's so funny.
Ted's got a garden of all the plants that you need to use for some of these poisons.
Well, here, listen. One of the we get really weird stuff all the time about Ted's tips, but one of them, the guy wanted to. He had like a list of people he. See, I don't even want to give it. I don't even want to give him any credence, but he had a list of people he wanted to kill, and he wanted tips from Ted on the best ways to do it.
Obviously, we never did that tip. Obviously, right?
It's sitting there. It's been there for a while.
Because that would be that would be abetting and aiding in the commission of a felony. So
Ted, you've already done a lot of baiting or betting. Yeah. I feel like we are literally the go-to for how to. Yeah. No, it's okay, Ted. It's all fun.
These are public service announcements.
Yeah. It's
this
all
doesn't apply to real life
fun.
scenarios.
Yeah, I get it. Oh, did you guys hear this? A guy in Florida, I think this was last week, he shot a car with a missile. Did you hear that?
Like
a real live
like
missile.
a bazooka, like a Laws rocket?
Yeah,
I didn't hear about that.
With a goddamn missile. There's a guy in Florida, a car, and it had no connection to him. Some people coming, and I guess they had some kind of footage, and they found somebody saw it because it was a goddamn missile. He literally shot a car. He killed 2 people.
Wow. I didn't hear
with
about
a
that.
missile.
I didn't hear about that.
How do you have a missile?
Well, obviously, it sounds like it's something military grade that he got his hands on.
Are there civilian grade? Is there civilian grade missiles?
There's no civilian grade missiles.
Yeah, I'm
trying
to figure
bottle
out
rockets.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to figure out like this is a straight up missile. I'm trying to just figure out like where do you get a missile? And then if you do, why are you just shooting a random person?
Remember the movie Falling Down? He had the bazooka, and he he's got the bazooka in the street. He goes, the street fell apart in 2 days, and he shoots the bazooka. So.
I want to see that movie again.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I feel like that sometimes in traffic.
Just to shoot somebody with a missile?
No, do you ever see the movie? That's like the concept, right? He just gets fucking fed up.
He gets fed up with life, so.
Yeah. We were talking about road rage.
Oh, man. There's way too much road rage.
Way too much, man.
So, you know what? I think yesterday or the day
before...
Turn
the other cheek, people.
In Philadelphia...
That's my final thought. Final thoughts. Yeah. Turn the other cheek.
In Philadelphia, some guy...
or spread your cheeks, in your case.
Some guy got shot up. Him and his grandson... him and his grandson are driving home from the Philadelphia airport. Okay. Some guy committed a crime, stole a car, and as they're driving, just pumped 50 shots into this guy's car just randomly. Some grandfather.
Yeah.
With his grandson. Just
Sad.
shooting... I'm just like, why are you so mad?
Again, we talked about this before. None of this stuff is complicated. We need to bring back severe corporal punishment for certain type of offenders. Because like I said, 20 years in prison in a cell, 3 hots in a cot, cable TV, law library access.
I love that 3 hots in a cot. I love when you say that.
That's not punishment. That's not punishment. You know what punishment is? Here's what punishment is. Punishment is something really bad physically is going to happen to you, and you know it's coming, and you know what, you had it coming, and hey, you know what? You made those are choices you made.
I hear what you're saying.
Those
Make
are choices
them get
you made.
married.
Those are choices
That's
you
exactly
made.
what I
That
hear
too,
you
that
saying.
too, yes.
Okay, that's exactly what I hear. All right. No, that's,
But hey, what do I know?
all right. Teddy, you read your tip this week.
I perused it.
Okay, so you actually know what it is ahead of time.
I have an inkling of what it is.
Okay, all right. So we have a great new sponsor. Love this sponsor. Yeah, and then Mark's got an awesome song. So you ready?
Yes.
Because we got a really awesome guest.
Yes,
I'm super
I'm looking
excited
forward
about
to it.
this. Okay, let me do the sponsor and we'll get ready. Are you tired of wanting to go to a bar but have no friends, coworkers, or a significant other? And when you go, are you forced to listen to groups of people having a good time, laughing and enjoying themselves? Well, that's a problem no more. Try Don's House of Quiet. At Don's House of Quiet, you can't bring friends, significant others, or anyone. At Don's, you come in alone, you sit in a beautiful, peaceful, terrifying silence. There's no loud guys, annoying work stories, or talking about which team is going to lose to what team. At Don's, people come to drink in silence and plot out whatever revenge, stalking plans, or the next thing they will pee in at work. When you're ready to drink with only the voices in your head to talk back to you, come to Don's House of Quiet. It'll be the best last place you ever go. Dude.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, we're going there tonight after the show.
Coming soon.
You know, we talked about that.
Park
Like we
Ridge.
talked about, didn't we? Like kind of like when we're on the golf course. Sometimes we'll see like there'll be like it's like a crowded weekend day. There'll be like foursomes everywhere. Then there'll be like that lone single guy who can't go anywhere. And then I think we always say the same thing. It's like, hey, sorry you don't have any friends, man.
Yeah.
Sorry. He wants to pass us so we can be stuck behind two other groups. It's like, yeah, do that.
I don't know how it works.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to start the show.
Oh, I thought it did start.
Yeah, but I didn't give the official thing. Mark, before your song, can I do it?
I'm totally taking. I'm distracting you.
Can I just do it real fast? Okay,
Yeah,
here we go.
of course, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Hey, everybody. This Flaming Ball of Turds is the Real Three Idiots podcast, and I'm Arthur Treachers. With me, as always, is the king of the one-liners, Mark.
Hey now.
Okay, that's better than what I expected. And across from me is the greatest swimmer I have ever met, Teddy.
It's really late on a Monday night, guys, and
You're
It's really late.
He's
It's
getting-
literally 7:45.
Teddy doggy paddles.
I'm usually in bed by 8:30.
He doggy
Yeah,
paddles.
Yeah, he is. Okay, blah, 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 sponsor, blah, blah, blah. Ready for your
Yeah,
song.
we got a song for
Yeah.
Ted's tips.
Okay,
All right,
do
you
it.
ready? Teddy, Teddy, who can I turn
I
to?
love this song.
You give me tips I could hold on to. I know you think I'm like the listeners before, who saw your name and number on the wall. Teddy, I've got your number. I need a tip right now. Teddy, please change your number. Ted gives tips and he's not even trying. Ted gives tips and he's not even trying. I got it.
I got it.
I got it. I got your number on the wall. I got it.
I got it.
For a good tip. For a good tip call.
I love that song. I think it's the only song they ever had. But I mean, I love it.
Teddy, I've got. Dude, I love that song.
You know, I-
overmodulated.
I actually
That's what
called.
that's
I'm sure we all called that number in real life, didn't we? Just see who would answer the phone.
No, Ted. Again, all of us except you can distinguish reality from pretend.
I know you're supposed to learn that
Ted
when you're in
spent
grade
years
school.
figuring out this area code.
So in kindergarten, they're supposed to teach you like reality versus fantasy.
No, they're
I
not.
never got the memo.
No one's supposed to teach you that. Yes, normal people all know the difference.
That's in my phone, 867-5309, and I call, but I use a different area code every time for a different state. I use the same prefix,
And that
867-5309.
poor woman has to answer the phone
my
every time. This is not a joke.
Actually, the woman from Mississippi who answered that phone is pretty hot. Just
Yeah,
FYI.
that's what her voice
You
tells
can
me.
hear, you can hear her.
Yeah, she's very hot. I bet she's sweaty.
And the dude from Vermont who answered the phone, not so much.
I bet he's hotter.
All right, this is a great listener question. This
This
is
is
one of
great.
my favorites.
This
Actually,
is really good. Okay. Dear Ted, I have a problem. My in-laws live close by, and they are always coming over unannounced, and they won't leave. Even my husband has said this is a problem, but he won't say anything because he doesn't want to be mean to his parents. Last week, they found the key we hid outside for emergencies and made a copy. We immediately changed all the locks. Ted, we need a fix.
Well, it sounds like they already changed the locks, which is a start.
At some point, they're going to, I mean, if they're in the house all the time, there's always an extra key to your house. They can just steal it and make a tip. And hold on, before you do anything, I assume they don't want poison, and they're not looking for someone to stalk their parents.
They never drink when they're at the house.
Okay.
They know better.
They consume nothing.
I will eat nothing.
So obviously the obvious answer is, which is not going to happen, the obvious answer is sell your house and move far away, but we're not going to do that because that's impractical. So here's what you're going to do instead.
But that's one option.
Here's what you're going to do
It's
instead.
actually a good option.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. I mean, logistically, it's difficult, but yeah, I mean, you get up
Selling
and
your
just leave.
house, leaving everything.
Yeah, leaving everything behind.
That would be a much
Joining the witness protection program. Yeah, no, you're not going to do that. So here's what you're going to do instead. You're going to lie, mislead, and misdirect, but it's all for a good cause. So you're going to get a little Machiavellian on your parents, because let's assume they're older individuals who are a little bit behind the times. So here's what you're going to do.
Hold on. I mean, I assume these people were in their 20s.
Yeah,
Well,
so
yeah,
their
the
parents
kids,
are
the,
like
kid,
in the-
the kids are in their
kids are-
20s.
No, they're like
the
in their
parents
60s
would be in their
or late
40s.
50s, yeah.
50s. Okay, say they're in 50s. Okay.
50s, 40s, or 50s.
Okay.
So here's what you're going to do, and you're doing it for the best of intentions. You're going to basically come up with a plausible story, because you don't want to tell. Okay, here you could do two things. You could tell the truth. You say, Mom, Dad, mother-in-law, father-in-law, your behavior is very intrusive, and we do not appreciate you micromanaging our lives. So if you could please stay away until we invite you over, we would appreciate it.
But you're saying don't go with the truth. You're saying create a story.
Well, you could do that,
Okay.
but assuming you could. Okay, that's tip number one. That's tip number one. Assuming that falls on deaf ears. Assuming that falls on
I
deaf
feel like
ears.
you said you weren't. You said that was a
No,
bad idea.
I would say I would go with that. That's the path of least resistance, and assuming you're dealing with reasonable, logical,
Ted,
rational
how
people.
reasonable. They found the key that they hid outside.
So they're not reasonable
and
and rational.
made a copy
They're not
without telling
rational.
them and came over.
Here's what you're going to do then. Okay, so here's plan B. You're going to get a little Machiavellian. Okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to concoct a little bit of a honest lie story. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to say you lost your keys in public somewhere, and you're worried that they might be found by an undesirable element who now has the keys to your house. And actually, do this. Say I lost my driver's license too, because now they have the keys and the address to my house. So obviously, we have to take all precautions, and we cannot have keys. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to get locks that have no locks with a key code. You're going to have a key code that only you know and the parents know, or not the parents, but just the family members know, and you're not going to give that out to anybody. And you could add like a Ring doorbell or something just for like cherry on top.
Ooh,
type
a
thing.
Ring doorbell. So if you see them, like automatically, if you see them, you press a button, the shades go down,
Yeah.
the lights go out, and then a little thing. No one is home.
Like,
but
no,
if you're a burglar,
no, what's that?
we're right there with a gun.
What's that movie, The Purge? The shades come down when it's like the
I've never
24
seen
hours.
those.
Yeah. So anyway, but The Purge is like it's the 24 hours where murder's legal, so the people have the shades, the metal shades that come down. It's like no one gets in their house. So it's like the air horn goes off. So you don't want that. So here's what you seriously. Don't have any keys. Just have like a key code lock on your door. Obviously, they can't. There's nothing to find because it's a key code.
But wait,
that you can change any
let's
time.
say-
So wait,
let's
are
say
they,
that they
is it a problem they're coming over when they're not home?
No, the problem is they're just coming over all the time.
But there's a physical
So
key.
I mean, so if they're home, they're not locking all the doors. If they live next door, so if they know they're home and they're home, they could just come knock on the door.
Well, I mean, they didn't say they were next door, but they just come over all
let's,
the time
let's
unannounced.
assume they're physically coming into their house unannounced. I mean, obviously,
Okay,
we
yeah.
can't
Well,
stop
I mean-
them from knocking on their door, but here's what you're going to do. So
You came in my house today.
I did unannounced.
Yeah,
Yes.
unannounced.
You're right. He
Yeah,
just
I did.
walked
yeah.
in.
Ted walked in. We were down in the basement. Ted walks in.
That's right.
And all of a sudden, he's walking down the steps, and I'm like, rapist or murderer? Yeah, he didn't ring the doorbell. He didn't knock. And I'm like, I even showed him. I'm like,
And the
Ted.
dogs didn't bark.
Yeah, the dogs didn't bark or
Actually, your
anything.
dog did come up to me and I petted it. So. No, but here's what
Great
you're gonna do. So look,
watchdog.
So there's a key. You're going to eliminate the need for the key. You're going to change your key, locks one
Okay,
more time.
okay, but
and
what
you're
if they
gonna have
just
a
come
key
over?
A key code. Yeah. Well, obviously, that's a separate issue.
But they need help with that. Okay, so they're home. Everybody's home.
Yes.
And they just come over, and they're at the front door. Help them. How do they get rid of them? This is the problem, Ted.
Yeah.
This is what they need. They need help getting rid. Hold on a second. Not getting rid of them.
yeah.
Ted. I don't want you to. Yeah,
Just
it's
dissuade,
a
just
sprinkler, poison sprinkler.
just dissuading them from coming over. Yeah.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
sprinkler.
Oh, here's what I mean. Obviously, these are extreme examples. The easy example is just to have a sit down with them and just say, "Hey, parents, mother-in-law, father-in-law, we love you to death, but you have to stop. I mean, you're invading our privacy.
Seems like the husband is not man, and he's not stepping up and just saying that.
Then you're going to get a vicious attack dog and
Perfect.
have it
That's what I was hoping for.
in
That's
your
what you
yard.
do.
And the
Vicious
parents
attack dog.
and the parents cannot physically actually enter the house because the front yard there's this Kangol or this Rottweiler or this pit bull that's
Kangol is a hat.
No, a Kangol is like I think it's like a Mongol. It's like a Afghanistan. It's like one of the
German
most vicious
Shepherd.
attack dogs.
Afghanistan
It's called a
German Shepherd.
It's called a Kangol. Yeah, it's like
like
Kangel. Kangol. It's like a vicious. It's like one of the most vicious dog breeds in the world.
They train them for like
Murdering in-laws.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you could do that. I mean, that's an extreme example. Yeah. So a combination of you don't have any physical keys to your house, have like a key code that you could change at any time, and obviously your parent and the parents aren't going to have access to it. So number one, so they cannot physically get in your house. If they
I
want
like the
to.
dog.
Number two, a combination of both key code plus have a dog that the parents or anybody cannot physically even approach the entrance of your house.
Yeah, but that takes. I mean, then you can't even have friends over or anything.
Well, I mean, you could, but I mean, it depends how extreme you want to go. So how bad do you want it?
I don't know.
How bad do you want it,
dude? If I don't know, man. If my in-laws, like, if I was doing that and they were close and they took the key that I had, and secretly made a copy. I mean, first of all, I don't like the concept of even that happening. But if they made a copy and then like were coming in my house, that would blow my mind.
Well, to stop that part, that's one part. To stop that part, you're going to get the key code instead of a physical key to open your door. Just like on the cars, they have the key code.
So what do you got to do? Like if they're there, do you have to stand in front of the shield your body and be like. Start pressing buttons so they can't see?
Well, the good news about key codes, you could always change the code. So even if somehow the code got compromised and they got it, you could just change it right away. So let's just say you had a key code for doors.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
You could just recode it, right? So that's problem solved right there. Number two, obviously this is more extreme. You get some type of dog where under the guise of plus it's security.
What about a snake?
A snake. You can get a black adder, called the puff adder.
Yeah.
So did you know 6 of the 8 most poisonous snakes in the world are from Australia? Did you know that?
Are we?
So did you know the most poisonous snake in the world?
What in the hell?
So the most poisonous snake in the world, Mark, is called the Balter.
He is sober right now.
I thought it was a black mamba.
No, it's called the Balter sea snake. It's a very shy snake, but its venom is
very shy?
so toxic.
So it doesn't date a lot?
Its venom is so toxic it could kill 1,000 mice. A drop of its venom kill 1,000 mice or 100 people within about 30 minutes. Yeah, so it's more deadly.
Can you extract it?
100 mice is equal to 1
1,000
Can you extract that poison and use it or no?
1,000 mice
or
100 people.
Don't give him any goddamn ideas.
Yeah,
Are you out of your mind?
He's going to put on your fucking chapstick.
Get a Balter.
No, I love my chapstick.
Get a Balter sea snake and put it on your porch on a little leash.
Leash. Then you can. You know what?
leash.
I'm honestly, I'm waiting as I walk around my neighborhood. I'm waiting for the day when someone walks something that is completely out of character. Like completely out of character. Like they're walking a goat.
Or another
Or
person.
they're walking. Oh, man. That would be. Wow. Wow.
Or you could do this. If the parents are immunocompromised, you say, hey, one of our family members has long COVID and you don't want to come over because you might get infected.
Who's taking the gimp for a walk?
So you just got to come.
What the hell?
You have to come up with some scenario.
Pulp Fiction.
I know, but no.
You have to come up with some scenario where you have to de-incentivize them to come over. So something where it's like they don't want to even come over. So if you could pull that off, whatever mind trick you got to pull, whatever Jedi mind trick you got to pull to do that.
Terribly poisonous animal, horribly mean dog,
and long COVID, and
awful
and
sickness.
Disease. There's disease. There's
What
pestilence.
about a moat?
There's
with a drawbridge,
moat.
like a drawbridge,
like
a
that.
castle.
You know what? That is underrated.
Yeah.
That is
I love the
legit
moat.
underrated.
I love
because
Depending on
even
where
if
they
had the
live,
key-
you could put crocs or alligators.
How about a monster-filled
or those snakes you're talking about?
monster-filled
Those water
trench? A
snakes.
monster-filled
Oh
trench.
yeah, the shy water snake.
Yeah,
A
you
monster
just
filled
fill a
trench.
Wait a minute, but what if it shows so shy? That's a tough one to say. That it wouldn't bite you just because it doesn't want to really be around.
Then you get
people.
like a water moccasin. Or a copperhead.
No, or get like a what looks like so the coral snake's poisonous, but the corn snake looks like the coral snake, but it's non-poisonous. You get like 10 of those. Say, hey, we're raising coral snakes.
Oh yeah. Is it
But they're all
like red and yellow?
Yeah, red
Kilofillo?
and yellow Kilofillo, red next to black, a friend of Jack. Yeah, so as long as it's red next to black, you're safe. But the other one's poisonous. Yeah, so you can do a bunch of things. Yeah, there's a lot of variables out there. I mean, I can go into multiple scenarios.
But worst case scenario, the last thing you'd want to do
fake a
is
seizure.
tell the truth. The last thing you'd want to do is tell the truth.
Fake a seizure or tell the truth. Yes.
Yeah. No, I just feel like that's kind of scary.
All right.
I
like it.
I was pretty happy. You know, my folks never really came over. They kind of lived close-ish, but my in-laws were like 300 miles away, which is the perfect number.
My grandfather left the family because of my grandmother's brothers and sisters.
Really?
I swear to God.
That's extreme. Yeah.
He was
Holy cow.
miserable. They all lived around each other, and they just came over constantly. My Uncle Joe was like, dude, they just drove him nuts. Like they just busted
And he didn't
his
have
balls.
access to any poison or
He
dogs.
He's a World War II veteran. Worked like 2 jobs. He could never relax.
Was he a machinist?
No, he was a butcher. He was a butcher. He'd come home and two sisters at the house, but they just picked on him all the time. And finally, he's like, "Fuck this, I'm out of here."
Well, see, that's what happened.
I mean, he didn't move far. He kept a relationship with all my dad and my aunts and uncles, but he's like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. They drove him insane.
Yeah. So
and that's exactly.
an
I'm
extreme-
Ted. That's yeah.
So I mean, they got to fix this. So this chick could maybe just walk out.
You got to get
She
ahead
could
of
have
it.
enough.
You got to get ahead of this. Got to get ahead of it. So I mean, you got to.
It's a real problem.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, I gave some options. Are they unconventional? Yes. Could they work? Yes.
I
mean,
like the snakes and the dogs.
snakes and the dogs.
I like it.
Snakes on the
Snakes
plane.
and dogs.
Yeah.
Snake dogs. Yeah. Okay. I love that. All right. So what I'm hoping for is that our guest is listening and ready to pop on, but he is not right now. So that's okay. It's not a big deal. I was dead wrong. Okay. Jorge,
I'm here.
Did you get a chance to listen to our Ted's tip?
Yeah, I was actually listening to it.
Okay, how do you feel? Like, would you go with? Give you some choices. Would you go with truth? Okay. Would you go with poison, or would you go with a deadly animal? Which choice did you like best?
Well, I have a military mindset. After 23 years in the military, and I would just set up a moat.
There you go. Right.
Yeah. Have a drawbridge.
Yeah.
Just go all out.
Oh my God!
Told you, it's perfect. That's a great idea.
Did you see?
I'm
I
kidding.
thought Ted was going to say that. I thought that was going to be your thing, Ted.
Well, so in Vietnam, the average lifespan of a second lieutenant dropped in the LZ, the hot zone, was 19 seconds. So you could do that something similar with the parents. You set some
Just
type
drop
of
them in a hot. Drop them like on the west side.
Drop them in the hot zone.
hot
Drop them in
zone.
the hot zone. Drop them in the hot zone. Yeah. So your house is now the hot zone.
Jorge, in San Antonio, do you have like a neighborhood that might be a hot zone where these people could possibly, I didn't know what town they're in, but could they drop off their in-laws there and then walk away
We'll be right back.
and they wouldn't come back?
Oh yeah, definitely the south side of town,
All right.
San Antonio.
It's always the south side, isn't it?
Isn't that weird? That is so weird.
It is, yeah. South side, and some would argue the south or the west side of San Antonio as well, but I would say the south side.
So it's funny. I actually was in San Antonio a few years ago. Beautiful city. I was at the Riverwalk in San Antonio. I think I was at a bowling tournament or something. And so me and my friends during the day we were walking just randomly from our hotel. And the area we were in, it was clean. It looked safe. There was no graffiti. And then a police officer randomly pulled up to us and said, "Hey," and this is like 1 p.m. They said, "Guys, you might want to turn around and walk the other way." But honestly, I could not tell by looking at the area. It looked completely pristine and calm, but the police officer said, "Hey guys,
Ted,
you're in the wrong
Ted,
part
maybe
of town."
you were the problem.
Yeah,
maybe
you
I-
were the problem.
It was me.
Hey, buddy,
Teddy, maybe there's a very nice area.
We need to
There's
go
like,
back to that
Ted,
area.
Yeah, you and your little bowling buddy, whatever you guys got going
We
on
heeded their
there.
advice, by the way. We left right away.
All right, so let me introduce our guest here. Our guest today is Jorge Avalos. He is from Operation Comfort in San Antonio, Texas, and I'm not going to do this thing where I try to pretend. I hate doing this because I'm bad at it. Jorge, give us the quick version. What does Operation Comfort do?
Well, thank you for the introduction. Operation Comfort is a 501c3. We are a nonprofit where we service or serve all wounded, ill, and injured veterans through adaptive sports. We also just basically anything that we could utilize as therapy. We try to use adaptive sports and woodworking. We used to have an automotivation program where we'd get veterans involved in building cars and learning more about mechanics. But since COVID hit, we actually had to get rid of that program. However, we have 5 core programs right now where cycling is our biggest program. It's our longest program, and I'm actually the program manager for that. But we also have yoga, woodworking. I just got a brain fart.
Adaptive yoga.
Cycling, adaptive yoga, adaptive cycling, woodworking, sled hockey, and man, I just drew a blank.
So
And here I was thinking about all this stuff. And
There's a lot of
Yeah,
pressure when you're
aquatics.
on
Aquatics.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got adaptive yoga here on your website. Adaptive
It's
yoga.
adaptive,
They said
Ted.
adaptive.
Adaptive
It's
yoga
adaptive.
is
Special
when you
events.
adopt someone who's really good at yoga. Yeah, and that's kind of like
We're gonna adopt Sting.
Well, we
We're gonna adopt Sting.
adopt a lot of veterans to come over and work with us, so it could work that way too.
So here's the question. So I went on the website, I looked what you guys do and the founders. It's a really interesting story how it came about. But before we get there,
Yes, sir.
I just have one. Are you guys nationwide, or is this kind of just in the Texas San Antonio area right now?
Unfortunately, we only serve the greater San Antonio
Okay.
area. I wish we were nationwide. We just don't have the funding for that.
Okay. But I mean, there's a lot of veterans around the San Antonio area, right? I mean,
Yes, it is.
I mean,
Yes,
it's
there is. We're Military
huge. I
City,
mean,
USA,
yep,
so
that's right.
so
That's
we do
exactly
have
right,
a
yeah.
huge population.
and let's see, Texas has more veterans than any other state
I
in the
didn't know that.
country.
Yeah.
If I got that right. Okay, so let's do
Yes,
some of
sir.
this so that people can get to know who you are. You were an airborne ranger for over 20 years, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's
Thank you for your
impressive.
service.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
service.
Yeah.
Really
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Love it.
You are a cyclist, and you have competed in lots of cycling events and stuff. What are some of the things that you've done on the cycle? Because this is really cool.
I've been cycling for, I want to say 38 years now, and which puts me when I was cycling since I was 10 years old, so I'm 48. And when I got injured, I kind of got back into cycling because of all the other extreme sports that I used to do in the military. But since then, I've competed. I competed in the first Invictus Games, which is it's a paracycling. I'm sorry, Paralympic style competition, but only for wounded, ill, and injured military.
Oh, nice.
I've also competed in a bunch of races all across the country, all over the world, basically. And I've done World Cups for paracycling. I'm a three-time state time trial champion. And time trials is where you're just racing. It's you, the bike, and you're racing against time.
Oh, I love that.
And of course, depending on who does it the fastest, where they get the placing. I've done a lot of track cycling, cyclocross, mountain biking. I was actually featured in a National Geographic documentary a couple years ago for mountain biking. I was the only veteran, and it was really just showcasing all of Texas and the beauty. It's called The Spirit and Soul of Texas. And I was the only veteran, but I was also featured as the mountain biker,
Dude,
just to showcase the
that's great.
beauty of Texas.
we just golfed on a weekend in a golf course in Wisconsin, Alpine Valley. So they've got skiing in the winter. They've got 27 holes of golf, and then mixed in the woods, they've got, I think it's 14 or 15 miles of mountain biking trail in the forest.
Yeah.
So it's man.
That sounds awesome.
It's actually, they spent, the guys building it. They built a track there, and they've got wooden bridges and stuff. But it's treacherous. It is hardcore, and it's hilly, and it's unbelievable. My cousin does it. He's been there a bunch of times. They have like mountain biking is
Sounds like my
sport,
type
man.
of trails.
Yeah, that trail is really cool. Alpine Valley. Look it up.
Yeah.
They got a
I'm gonna have to check it
website
out.
about it. Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. Mark knows this. He didn't do any of the cycling and stuff, but he hit his
No.
ball so many times into
Yep.
the woods in the forest that he found those trails.
But the guys are wearing
Yeah.
helmets, so it's all good.
Yeah, and they were
Okay,
totally
yeah.
safe. All right, so with all the different things you have, it seems like some of them are very like group focused, and some of them are really individual focused. Is it kind of a mix when somebody when someone gets injured and they need help? Does it give you that opportunity to do things where they really need some time to kind of recuperate and be alone? And are there some people that really need time to recuperate, but really have to be around other people, and it just makes it easier to get back into it?
Well, the yoga does offer a lot of it's a very smaller group because we only have about 6 to 8 people in the room at one time, and we also offer it online. That's where people can, or our veterans can, actually have that more that smaller ratio of one-on-one with somebody that would help them. And also the aquatics, it doesn't necessarily have to be a pool. We don't really get a pool full of people. It's just we're able to help them with whatever their injury is, whether it's mental, physical, and in a lot of cases even emotional. We're able to address those things. The beauty about what we offer is we're able to get like-minded people together, veterans. We're a group of people that chose to volunteer and serve this country. And once we ended up getting injured in one form or another, and we separate from the military, we kind of feel isolated, because regardless of how many people we know here in San Antonio alone, we're only less than 1% of the population. And little do we realize that there are a lot more people out there that are like-minded. However, it's just being able to find that. And with what we offer that in the form of recreational therapy, being cycling, swimming, sled hockey. And although our demographic has kind of changed because we're no longer in that war mindset that we were in the beginning of the 2000s, a lot of people have forgotten that there's still veterans out there that are injured physically and mentally, that it's hard for them to pull themselves out of that. So when they find our organization, they're able to communicate and connect with people that are like-minded and realize that they're not doing this alone. And that's what I love so much about working for Operation Comfort, is that I know what recreational therapy and what adaptive sports have done for me in my physical injuries and my mental stability. And I want to be able to help offer that to others.
Do veterans now? I know we're talking about like being injured, like losing an arm or losing a leg or having a back injury.
Mm-hmm.
Even in this day and age, with all the things that we talk about, do a lot of veterans still see it as a sign of weakness to say that they have mental health issues or emotional issues? Is that one of the more difficult things to have people come in and get help with?
So it's funny you ask that, because in the early 2000s and in the beginning part of combat, yeah, that was a huge stigma where people were, a lot of the soldiers or just service members were just afraid to say that they were mentally screwed up. And it's not necessarily because their whole mind is just messed up. It's just one traumatic event that happened, or maybe a couple that happened, but they're afraid that if they were to say something, that everybody would look down on them and be like, oh, you're just weak. You're worthless to us now. And so the military ended up actually changing, slowly but surely ended up changing that stigma to where they no longer made it a weakness, but just more of something that comes along with what you're doing.
Wow.
And now here we are offering, or the military would offer, a way to help you just get that out of your head, in whatever capacity that you can. Some people are affected more than others, and some people are still afraid to even admit that they have these issues. But there have been a lot of programs out there that have been addressing that. And also through the sports, a lot of people realize that there is a way to just, once you get your mind off of a lot of those things, because I do have a PTS, and that's from just my times in combat and from actually my traumatic injuries as well. And I've realized that when I'm on the bicycle or I'm doing some kind of activity, my mind is no longer thinking about that stuff. And little by little, it starts changing that chemical imbalance, I guess, that you have in your mind.
Yeah.
And hopefully for some people, it actually helps a lot more than others. But there's just different things that people need to do to address that.
Well, it's great that you guys provide a kind of like a new or different outlet for these veterans, as opposed to, because my family's deep rooted in veterans. I've all my grandfathers and my great uncles all fought in World War II.
Yeah, same.
My grandfather's still alive, 97
Wow,
World
that's
War II
wonderful.
vet. Yeah, Purple Heart.
Well, thank him for his service on my
Yeah,
behalf,
for
please.
sure I will, Jorge. I do all the time. We visit him all the time. He's up in Michigan. And my dad's a Vietnam Purple Heart recipient veteran. And you know what their outlet was? My grandfather's especially was the American Legion Hall. So they just went and got drunk. And that was how they dealt with it, They hung around the other veterans and they drank, and they were all alcoholics. I mean, my dad's an alcoholic.
Yeah, that's pretty real.
My uncle came back from Vietnam with substance abuse problems, and that's how they dealt with it. And over time, they got help, and my uncle and my dad are kind of like healed in that regard now, sober. But they never had the outlet that you're providing for these veterans, which is incredible. I mean, it's unbelievable.
So sir,
Thank you. I love it so much.
Sir, I had a couple of questions. I just had a comment. So I think he's like a distant cousin of mine. He's long since passed away, but he was in the Korean War back in the day, and I guess when he got out, I only saw pictures of him. I never met him, but he was a good-looking young guy. But I guess whatever psychological issues he came back from when that war, he was never the same. So he had basically spent his whole life in a halfway house for veterans where he passed away. So he got like a disability check from the government, but obviously he couldn't live a life that he wanted to because of his mental demons. So I guess my first question to you is like, how many? What's the total number of veterans you service? The actual number? Do you happen to know the actual number of veterans you service in your area?
Well, but since the founding of Operation Comfort, which was founded in 2004, we have served well over 10,000 veterans.
Great.
And as far as active today, we probably have around, I want to say a good 200 to 300 active participants. Mm-hmm. And they don't all serve, come to us at once. They just, whenever they're in it, a lot of them pop in and out at different times. But I would say active, we have around 200 to 300. Right.
So do you guys have a facility, or is it like where they go to, or places that they can go?
So what we do have is we have a physical building. We have 3,000 square foot warehouses. One of them is our woodworking shop. The other is where we store all our bicycles that I maintain, and we have our office in that one, and they're connected right next to each other. But when we do all these programs and different events, we do them out in town.
Okay.
So cycling. So when we have our cycling, for example, we ride every Wednesday morning. In the wintertime, we start at 10, but in the summertime, we drop it down to gathering at 8 and taking off at 8:30.
Yeah.
And we'll find different trailheads along here in San Antonio. We have a beautiful trail system where we can ride bikes, and it's no cars. So we'll find, and it's all concrete. So we'll start at different trailheads throughout the months, and I'll bring the bikes to any of the veterans that don't have their own cycles, and from there we'll meet up at 8. I'll get them all on their bikes, and at 8:30 we ride off in different ability groups.
Gotcha.
And so that's just for the cycling. And then sometimes we participate in these long rides, like we'll support the MS-150, and they'll give us 20 slots. And so our veterans will start off the MS-150 ride for both days. And so we'll do things like that. And I'm trying to get it to where we actually have a tour, so to speak, a ride where it'll be a fundraiser for us, but we'll invite the entire community to come out and ride with us and do like a 50 to 75 mile ride, depending on what other people want to do.
Nice.
So that is really cool. Now, do you guys work with families of veterans also? Is that something where that's going to help them so they can come in and kind of see what's going on and kind of get the, more than just the veterans, but get their kids and everybody else in there to kind of help them so they can kind of deal with things?
Right now, it'd be nice to be able to accept all the family members, but we do allow caregivers. So if the caregiver is either a spouse or even a sibling or a child, somebody that helps that individual, we do allow them to come and participate in the programs with us. I wish we had the funding to open up to all family members. There are times where we do some events where we invite the family members, but unfortunately, we only have the funding at the moment to service the veterans.
And how many, I would say out of the 200 to 300 people that you're currently servicing, like how many are like, say, physically disabled versus like, say, a PTSD situation where they're like maybe physically fine, but obviously they have some mental health issues, or is like a combination of both, or do you have to be physically disabled to qualify for this program?
No, so we don't discriminate on whatever disability they have, be it physical or mental. Right now, I would say roughly, because of the change of demographics, since we're out of that actual like being in a wartime, it has changed. where when we first started, we had a lot of those physical traumas that injuries that you could physically see, where people were missing limbs or they're burned or things of that nature. We saw a lot of that at the beginning of when we started the organization. But slowly, once we started pulling away from the combat zones, we ended up having more of the TBIs and PTSD, and we still, regardless of what their injury is, we still provide services for those veterans.
And how do they find you? Like, how do, like, say you're a veteran in the area who needs some support, like the services you offer, like other than your website, is there like what's like a medium how they could find your organization?
A lot of it is word of mouth.
Okay.
Unfortunately, our founder Janice, she never wanted to get so big that we would have to have like a full-time staff to have that many veterans around. And so now we're kind of playing catch up where because of our lack of marketing, we're trying to make up, we're trying to catch up on that. So we've been starting to do other events. We do a 5K event that we host every year. And we actually just hosted our Memorial Day car show.
Is that like a
Yeah,
fundraiser? These are
show,
fundraisers. These are fundraisers.
Yes.
Okay.
Those are fundraisers, but we open them up obviously to the community so that they can come out and see what Operation Comfort is about.
Sure, that's great.
And we just try to just spread the word as much as possible.
So here's something people probably don't know. There are 16 million veterans in the United States right now. I mean, when I saw that number, that blew my mind that there are that many people that are around. Now, obviously, a lot of them are much older, and they're dealing with a lot of things. So I'm going to ask you a question, and you may or may not know this, but I'm hoping you might have a little bit of insight.
I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability.
Okay. Do the VA hospitals, are they doing a good job, or do we need groups like yours because they're falling short helping people to kind of deal with what's going on?
So let's see, how can I say this without putting my foot in my mouth? The VA hospital serves its purpose, and they are great. They're able to help veterans that truly need it. And unfortunately, their span is only so far, and they can only help so much. So now our organization actually works with our local VA hospital, where we connect with the recreational therapists, and we actually get a lot of their patients coming to us so that we can provide, because of the fact that we have all these different types of cycles and the VA hospital doesn't have that. And so we will provide them those cycles so that they can use them on a weekly basis. But as far as the VA hospital being able to service all veterans, I mean, that's what it's there for. But you'll probably hear a lot of complaints from different veterans about how much the VA sucks when it comes to actually caring for our needs. And I hate to put it this way, but it is socialized medicine when you want to break it down to its basic form. And so just like when you have somebody, a government entity controlling how you're being cared for, sometimes you have to wait a long time just to get an appointment or just to be seen.
Does some of that come from the fact that a lot of our people in Congress no longer are serving and kind of, and I don't want to be rude or anything, but kind of look at the people who do more as not, I don't know, I'm going to say not useful, but just like things that we become more like tools rather than people, so that when the veterans come back, they just don't care as much as they used to, because there's no effect to them. They've never served. They don't have any family members that serve. They're very wealthy people. They don't have people that are part of their families or part of their inner circles that even deal with this. And we become, veterans become more of a cast-off when they come back because they're not a useful tool anymore.
That's kind of hard to actually, I would say in a base form, yes. It can get that way where they kind of forget, especially because we're no longer in a wartime zone. Basically, what they have forgotten what the veteran or what all the service members are actually here for. And it's kind of like you don't see the veteran anymore. And so therefore we don't really care so much to address a lot of their issues. We kind of do get put on the back burner until, of course, wartime comes around again. And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, we love our veterans, which is great. I absolutely love that. But it'd be nice if we got that love all the time, you know?
Yeah, it's very
And
political.
so, yeah,
it's very
a lot
politi-
of veterans are affected by that.
political, yeah. So like basically what I think what Matt's trying to say is that sometimes veterans, they outlive their useful purpose. You know, when they need you, they love you, but when they don't need you, you know, that's when they
We get put on the back burner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Well said, Ted.
and an interesting point too. I'm a veteran, not to the extent you are, and thank you for your service. But you know,
Well, thank you for yours.
Thank you. Well, here's the funny thing: the United States has never won a war since World War II. When you think about it, we didn't win in Vietnam, we didn't win in Korea, we didn't win in Afghanistan. So think about all the wars we've had since World War II, which was necessary. How much money and lives have been lost for? You've heard the expression "old men." Young men fighting old men's wars.
Old
you know,
men, yeah. I've heard
you know,
that
so
before.
yeah, so
All right, so I don't want to bum everybody out, but you guys have since you guys been doing this, you guys actually have Paralympic gold medalists that
Yes,
have
we
come
do.
through your program. Tell us a little bit about them, because that is really a cool concept. Winning a gold medal that in the Olympics is pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's with our sled hockey program. We actually have 5 gold medalists that has started with Operation Comfort, because we actually have the Rampage sled hockey team. They used to be the Rampage, I guess, able-bodied hockey team that was here in San Antonio, but then since then they ended up going to Vegas, I believe. But we were able to keep the Rampage sled hockey team name.
Nice.
And through our sled hockey program, we actually were able to develop 5 Paralympians that went on to the national team and competed in, I want to say, at least 4 or 5 different Paralympic games. And, you know, the Paralympic Games are held every 4 years. They're the second largest game venue next to the Olympics. And so we've actually been able to develop 5 of those Paralympians, and 3 of them, I believe, 3 of them actually are 3-time gold medalists.
Wow, that is really cool. Ted has never won. I can successfully say Ted has never won anything. So a gold medal would be so beyond your ability.
There's a participation trophy. Oh, I didn't even win that. So yeah.
No, we don't. Yeah. What we played, you do not get participation trophies.
I have one more question, sir. Where does the majority
Yes, sir.
where does the majority of your funding come from?
So the majority of our fund comes from donations.
Donations, okay.
Donations. We try to get sponsors for our different events, but it's mostly donations.
Mm-hmm.
We do apply for grants through the VA and through different organizations that are willing to. Well, once we do the application and if we get approved for it, that's how we'll get some of the money. But again, unfortunately, because of our previous lack of marketing, we've not been able to get our name out there enough, which is what we definitely we've been doing more of lately so that we can get more money.
Well, you would just think that the local congressmen or senators from the great state of Texas would lobby on your behalf in Congress, and you know, they could stipend some money to you. You know, when they pass these huge bills in Congress, you know, there's always some extra stuff in the bills that, you know, can give. I know, I'm serious. Think about it. Okay, we've spent
that would be great.
As of right now,
I wish that we could actually get that done.
As of right now, we spent like 60-80 billion dollars in Ukraine, and we know that's not going to go away anytime soon. So you could just take a fraction of that and literally expand your operation exponentially. And, you know, the money's there, obviously, because the U.S. government can print money anytime it wants. You know, obviously the value of the dollar is going to go down. But the point is, you shouldn't have to fight so hard for something that is just common sense. So you would think the senators or Congress people from the great state of Texas would lobby on your behalf, where you wouldn't have to fight tooth and nail for, you know, something that, you know, they should be, you know, because they give good lip service to veterans when they need them. But like you said, you know, you know, you got to talk the talk, you got to walk the walk, not just talk the talk, you know. So.
Well, we have been putting on events where we invite politicians to, and a lot of the local communities, because San Antonio is built up of a lot of different smaller cities that are all connected.
Right.
So you can be in San Antonio, cross the line or across the street, and not even realize that you're in another city.
Sure.
So that's why we always say the greater San Antonio area, because it's just a bunch of little cities around. So we have invited a lot of the local Chamber of Commerce, and we've done events where we'll try and like rub elbows with them just so that we can be in their good graces, and hopefully they'll spread the word and eventually get us some kind of funding.
Yeah.
We do apply for a lot of grants, and we actually have somebody on staff, one of our board members, that is filling out grants like crazy, trying to get us more funding. But
because
yeah,
we all
we're needing it.
we all the money is there. It's just a question. So when
Yeah.
someone says, "Oh, you've heard this in real life," like, "Oh, there's nothing we can do." Of course, there's something we can do. They just choose not to
Yeah.
do it. So it's just you just have to have, not you, but the powers that be just have to have the will to do it. That's all.
Right.
All right. So Jorge, so obviously people can go to OperationComfort.com to donate to what you're doing, right?
It's actually operationcomfort.org, sir.
.org. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
man, I have that written down, and I .com everything. So OperationComfort.org. Okay.
Yes.
So let's say that if we want to do a little bit more than just throw money around, in people locally, what are some options that people can do to help veterans? What are some things that we could do? Like, we're in the Chicago area, Illinois, but we got viewers or listeners from all over the country. Any idea of some things that they could do just in their local areas to kind of help veterans, rather than just put money in it, but to kind of put that personal touch into it?
Well, one of the biggest things, obviously, is the donations, especially because unfortunately we're just a local or more San Antonio area based organization. But when we do our events, our big events like our 5K and our Memorial Day car show, volunteers are the heart of how we get a lot of things done. Even with our normal programming, cycling, when we have people that are cyclists and they want to volunteer, we gladly accept their help, and we try to pair up. I try to pair up, if I can, one person with a veteran, so that they can get that one-on-one, especially for a new cyclist. So volunteers have been the heart of how we actually get through a lot of the things that accomplish a lot of our events, basically.
All right. Yeah, that is awesome. Listen, we really appreciate you being on. We will absolutely, throw everything we can up on our website and talk about it, and hopefully people can donate and donate to here, donate to there, help the veterans. I mean, we're not here, honestly, nothing we have, everything that we do when you're driving through your car, everything, it doesn't exist without, the veterans throughout all this time.
Yep.
I mean, it's and don't forget, and do something. Any little thing that you do is going to be helpful. So we really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Everything you do, and we will do what we can to get the word out, and let us know. Keep us in mind, and we're going to do our Real Three Idiots World Tour, where we are going to visit all the people that we have had on. It's gonna be a great year.
San Antonio is definitely a place I want to go.
San Antonio's a great.
yes,
San Antonio's a great
definitely come
place.
here.
Yeah.
Alamo, Riverwalk. Yeah, I
Dude,
love that.
my parents spent 2 weeks there back in April. They just can't stop talking about it.
Yeah.
San Antonio. Well, that's one of the reasons why I decided to retire here.
Yeah.
After my second injury, I ended up getting moved over here, and I decided to stay here. I love Texas. I love San Antonio, especially because Texas loves its veterans.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I decided to stay here.
That is awesome. All right.
So-
Jorge, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we really appreciate it, man.
Thank you very much for having me on. I really appreciate you giving us the opportunity to talk about our organization and getting the word out.
Oh, yeah. When I found out about you guys, I was just like, yeah, we got to get these guys. We got to get somebody on and talk about this. This is just too important not to talk about.
Thank you. We truly appreciate it.
All right, Jorge. Take care. Have a good night.
You as well. Thank
right,
you.
thanks.
Good night.
Oh, man. That is everything. You know what? When I saw this thing, I was just like, this is awesome. What they're doing, it's just so cool.
Yeah. No, I think it's great, but but the other side is, the flip side is, like, how come they're not getting more support from the local government, the federal government, who, they talk a good game when it comes election time.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah, but like, get new people at the VA, like, we got to support the veterans, but we're like, for example, the U.S. government talks about affordable housing. At this point in time, housing is completely unaffordable, so it's the complete opposite of what the U.S. government's been talking about for the last 5-6 years.
Here, you ready? So
It's gotten worse.
I think the most veterans are in Texas, and second or third is Florida.
I didn't know that.
Florida just spent, in the last year and a half, I believe, Ron DeSantis spent $16 million fighting Disney.
Yeah.
Just think about that. If he put that $16 million, then, if you said to taxpayers, we've got $16 million, you got two choices. One, I can have this bullshit feud with a fucking company where you go to have a good time with your kids, or we could put $16 million into the veterans for Florida to help them with what they're doing. 99.9% of the people would pick the veterans.
Yeah, God, you know how far that money can go.
$16 million. Think about what Jorge and his group could do with $16 million.
I'll do you one better. How about running for president? These people are spending billions of dollars to run for president. So, for example, back in the last election cycle, I think what's his name, Michael Bloomberg, who's a billionaire. He ran for president, because he's got a small ego. He finished in fourth. He got on the debate stage, which is what he really wanted. But he spent like $3 billion of his own money just so we could have his 15 minutes of fame. What if he took $10 million and gave it to an organization like this gentleman? So I'm just saying, there's so much money in the world being wasted on just silly shit. Or how about we're going to talk about OceanGate, right? OceanGate.
No, we're not going to talk about.
Okay, we're not. Okay,
submersibles.
But submersible. I never even heard that term. Yeah, but $250,000 to see something that we all know what it looks like. You can go to an IMAX theater and see the wreckage of the Titanic.
Yeah.
For $15.
Right. Think about how cool that'd be.
And not die.
That guy gives $250,000 to Jorge's group.
Yeah.
Okay, and he helps how many people?
Yeah.
Right. To do this, and when you help the veterans, you help their families, you help all these. What if Jorge got that $250,000 and he could start helping families because they don't have the dough to do that? Yeah. Instead, some asshole went down to the Titanic, and do you know what? Do I give a shit at all that any of them died? I don't even know. I don't know who they are. I don't know what they did. I don't know why they did it. But I don't give a shit.
Well, even like Jeff Bezos, he has his own private spaceship, or Elon Musk. So these people are paying $1 million to just fly up into the atmosphere, to pretend like they're astronauts for a couple of days so they can float in space. They're not going to the moon. They're just breaching the the atmosphere. Yeah. So I'm just saying $1 million so rich people can feel good about themselves for an extra 15 minutes. So I'm just saying.
Vote for Ted.
Just think about all the money being wasted in the world. I mean, let's assume every donation here is like small donations, like $50, $25, maybe $100, a couple $100. Yeah, you could basically put them ahead 10 years with one like $250,000 donation. So one trip to the Titanic. Yeah. So just put it in perspective.
It's a difficult thing to deal with, man. And that's when we talk about this stuff, and I was talking with Jorge for kind of communicating with him for about a month or so. It every time I look up information, it made me more and more angry that we don't do anything. And then he kind of tippy-toed around the fact that the VA hospitals, everybody talks a big game, right? Trump talked a big game, and I'm not going to throw every guy. They all talk a big game, but they ultimately, we don't do anything. And what do we spend that money on? We spend that money on ridiculous shit that nobody cares about. When we have these people that are here, and the only reason I get to sit in my basement with two guys is because of them. I mean, everything we do, it's just such a weird concept.
Yeah, well, freedom's not free, right? We know that, right? Freedom's not free.
Yeah, right?
Ted's a walking bumper sticker.
He is. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Okay, now speaking of free
and bumper stickers
speaking of bumper stickers, I saw this story, and we got to talk about this. I don't know if you saw this restaurant in California. They just got busted. They got to pay a $140,000 fine. Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay. They hired a guy to act as a fake priest to take confessions from their employees.
That's actually kind of funny.
Okay, so this is what happened. Okay, you ready? I'll set the tone.
Okay.
So they hire this priest to take confessions.
Is it a real priest?
No.
Oh.
Fake priest, fake guy. And they bring in the employees, and the idea is the priest asks them a couple of innocuous questions. Then he starts asking them questions about work. Hey, would you like to confess that you steal from work? Would you like to confess
so it's like
that
like undercover boss?
No way.
Yes, I swear to God.
Unbelievable.
I swear to God.
Yeah, that's
okay?
pretty funny.
Okay, so they go through, and I guess some of the employees found it out, and they ratted him out. Okay, but it doesn't stop.
Wait, who did they rat out?
They rat out the owner because they found out that this guy wasn't a real priest and that he was just asking them questions about work.
You ever
do
heard
you
of
steal? Do you call in sick?
Do you have the name of the place and all that?
I do.
Okay.
It's in California. Taqueria Garibaldi.
Wouldn't you just be cheaper to set up like CCTV footage cameras to see people with the
I
registers.
think the guy behind this
Is this like a high-end restaurant or something? Or
It's not a high-end restaurant, but they do make a ton of dough.
Okay, so
They-
it's a really
It's
popular,
gonna,
very
hopefully it's
busy-
dead now. Hopefully Taqueria Garibaldi, no one ever goes there again.
There's a lot of taquerias
So,
around,
so
by
the
way.
employees ratted him out.
Yeah.
But here's what happened. He came back and he doubled down on it and he started threatening them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he said he started stealing their tips. Okay. He
Nice.
started threatening their jobs. And
Beautiful.
this is my favorite. He started saying that there might be, if they continue with this and they go forward and testify, that there will be immigration issues. Yes.
Sounds like a real sweetheart. He sounds
Yeah.
like he sounds like he hit for the cycle. He's like he's like a grand. He hit for the cycle. Like
He went scorched earth. Yeah, he
Scorched
did that.
earth, yeah.
So $100. So he had to pay his employees $140,000
Nice.
because of this.
nice.
That's what's going on out there. I mean, that's if you've got a job, this is the kind of shit that people are doing.
So here's the ironic thing. So let's assume his employees were stealing $20 here and $10 there. He ends up paying $140,000. So he ended up losing more money legally, probably like a multiple of whatever than his employees ever would have stole over the course of like say 10 or 20 years. So that's the irony of it all. Yeah,
You're right. There's definitely.
You have to laugh at that one.
I mean, the restaurant business is nothing new. He's not reinventing the wheel. There's checks and balances in place already to protect business owners from losing money. You don't hire a fake priest to get. That's
actually-
not one
but
of the
it's
checks
it's,
and
it's
balances.
sort of. I mean, wouldn't it be cheaper to just do like an undercover boss thing
What a
where like
nut
he?
job.
But here's the weird thing: if a priest is there and he comes,
Is he
in,
dressed
I mean,
up like
I'm
a
not
he's
really-
like, but
Yeah,
he has a
I'm
priest
picturing-
collar on?
I'm
Yeah.
picturing Dean Martin from the Cannonball Run.
these bleeds.
yeah, these bleeds.
Yeah, but it's funny because I mean I don't even think young people, and I assume most of these people are probably young people. They're not even that religious anymore, right?
I mean, it's not like the 1950s. I mean, so like if I saw a priest, I mean, I would just think child molester. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I'm thinking if
I was just how much
which one of you kids? First of all,
how
before
much-
I ask any questions, which one of you kids is under 16?
how much of a settlement has your church had to pay out on your behalf?
well, but
Father
if
touchy feely.
if he's threatening immigration, I assume that there's a lot of Mexican immigrants working at the restaurant, and they're very Catholic.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah, I think Mexico is a very
Mexican-Americans
religious.
and- oh,
yeah,
yeah.
so
Oh,
there-
my
he's,
gosh,
so he's
yeah.
he's probably preying on their
Yeah, he's
insecurities
preying on their
because it is a very high.
he's
There's a
preying
high
on
rate
their
of
Catholicism.
Catholicism. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So okay, that kind of makes sense in that context, you know.
Isn't
But I
that
mean,
wild?
but obviously,
Yeah.
if a priest came up to us in our context, we'd be like,
Teddy,
we just
Teddy, next week
yeah.
he's gonna have a priest on.
Oh man.
Could you have
On
a,
the- on the air.
could you have a shaman on, like a shaman with you know,
Could you? I could.
Matt's gonna have us go through confession,
we
mic'd up confession for Ted and
Mic'd
I.
up confession.
No, what's the Indian the witch doctor? I want you to have an Indian witch doctor on the show with the shrunken head.
Well,
I
I've
want
already had a
that.
Satanist on. I mean, that's about as. It's probably about as religious as we're going to get. I mean, I can't imagine. I can't imagine being more religious. Even though I would like to learn about Buddhism. There was a time when I was going to do Buddhism.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it seemed like you never hear anything bad about it. You
Kinda
never really
it's
hear
kinda-
about it.
kind of chilled out.
Yeah, it's just kind of chilled
Hey,
out.
I'll
just kinda doing
borrow
your
you
thing.
read the Joy of Happiness.
The joy of happiness aren't those the same words? The happiness of joy. Yeah, is that a book about Buddhism?
Yeah, well, the Dalai Lama wrote it. It's his book.
I heard the llama's a big hitter.
Big hitter.
Big hitter.
Big hitter
llama. Yeah, okay. All right. I'm going to ask you a question. How stupid is stupid? Oh, I'm sorry. How stupid is too stupid?
Well, I'll give. Here's my
How stupid is
that's
too
a
stupid?
great
no,
question.
here's my answer. Here's my answer. So genius has limits. Stupidity has no limits. That's the answer to your question.
Mark, any idea how stupid is too stupid? I mean,
I'm looking it up right now.
no.
Your
Hang
phone's
on.
Here, can I tell you? Can I tell you?
The Art of Happiness. I'm sorry.
The art
The
of
Joy-
happiness. Oh, okay.
That's how stupid I am.
Have you
I
guys
fucking
heard?
read a book?
Have you guys heard the name Daniel Rodriguez?
It's a common name. I can't say I have.
Oh, I know Danny. I know Danny.
Danny. Okay. Daniel Rodriguez is one of the January 6th guys, and he just got
The riot did
guys, yeah.
caveat. Okay.
He just got 12 years in federal prison
Okay.
for what he did. When he just I think it was just in the last week he got convicted. They sentenced him to 12 years in federal prison. What did he yell? Take a guess at what he screamed the second they said you have 12 years in federal prison. I'll give you a choice.
Ted, you go first.
I have no idea about this story, so you have to come back to
January
me.
6th
I'm
guy.
going to say, don't tread on me.
Well, that's a good one.
You ready? Now, here's what I thought he was going to yell. Oh, my God, I'm going to be raped for the next 12 years. He did not yell that.
Okay.
Trump won.
Okay.
That's what he yelled.
So he drank the Kool-Aid.
Trump
He drank
won.
the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
He drank the Kool-Aid.
12
Okay, yeah.
years he's going to spend in federal prison. And the first words out of his mouth after they told him that was Trump won.
Well, he did win at one point, just not recently. He's partially right.
I did a Trump number 2 before I got here.
I couldn't.
My
believe
grandfather
this.
has toilet paper with Trump's face on it.
Oh man, I already take so many shits. I'd have to take 2 more a day. Yeah. Is that crazy? That seems so weird to me.
Well, here's the thing. I think we talked about this before. If you look throughout human history, every once in a while there comes a, whether you want to call him a demagogue, a dynamic speaker, a demonic figure, a charismatic figure, whatever, someone who just kind of riles up the animal spirits of people. There's always going to be that certain section of the population that
Donald Trump.
But again, it doesn't matter if it's Donald Trump or any other. Let's just replace Donald Trump with anybody. Like just say Donald Trump's a widget. But I'm saying.
Thank you very much.
No, but I'm saying if you look throughout human history, someone who just talks the loudest, says a bunch of bombastic things, whether they're true or not, there's always going to be that certain segment of the population that's just going to buy into what they're saying, hook, line, and sinker, because they're a vulnerable section of the population that's just predisposed to believe certain things, whether they're true or not. And like I said, I'm not going to mention it. You could look at Stalin, Hitler, Tojo, Attila the Hun. I mean, go throughout history.
L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah. I mean, just something as simple as that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a guy who wanted to be a priest.
Yeah.
Holy crap, dude!
That is a great story.
Oh my, it's amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be like a national figure. It could just be someone small, like someone who runs a cult, like David Koresh. Just someone very small.
But so I want you
Jim Jones, Guyana,
Jim
Jones.
Think about the people
Koresh?
you're naming. Think about the people you're naming.
It all ended badly.
He died in the shootout, right? David Koresh.
David Koresh, yeah. He set his own compound on fire. Waco, Texas. Waco, yeah.
Okay, so
Waco,
but this
Texas.
will give you some insight into Daniel Rodriguez. Before January 6th, okay, right before it happened, he tweeted out there again on social media. This is really. I mean, I think honestly, every day you post on social media, I feel like you're getting closer to doing something really stupid. This is what he said.
Like
he said
taking over Moscow.
There will be blood, and welcome to the revolution. Okay. Which people probably say that stuff all the time. I mean, I've never, I don't have any revolutions.
Oh, we have one in my house like every other week.
Yeah, you got two teenage boys.
Welcome to the revolution, man.
Yes. Okay. Now after January 6th, okay, and again, a lot of these people got caught because of video and social media.
Oh yeah, them bragging about it, right?
Yeah. So this is what he did. You ready? He got on social media afterwards, and this is exactly word for word what he put in social media. OMG. I did so much fucking shit and got away. Tased the fuck out of the blue. Okay? So what he did was he actually tased a cop in the neck. He could have died. That guy could have died. He tased the cop in the neck and then bragged about it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not talking about the best and brightest, obviously. But here's the thing, too. Think about the person who lives a normal life. They wake up in the morning and they're so deeply concerned about something happening across the country, they're going to drop everything to go. They're going to say quit their job or take a leave of absence. To go to this event that's so important to them. I mean, it's a certain type of makeup, of that person. It's not so you could just extrapolate this guy to like a bunch of other people who are maybe not as extreme as him, but it's just you're always going to get those type of people. You know
what else is crazy
throughout history.
We went bowling 2 weeks ago.
And I kicked the shit out of you guys?
No, you didn't kick the shit out of us. And we're going to the batting cages next week.
Yep.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, we are.
And then the week after that, we're going to shoot some hoops in my shop.
Oh, I'd like that.
Yeah. And I'm going to win at all that stuff.
You're not winning any of that.
Wow.
You can
I'm not going to win batting cages?
No.
I played semi-pro baseball, right?
You're not
I'm in the
going to win in the
16
batting
softball
cage.
Hall of Fame.
We'll talk about it.
I'm in the 16 in softball Hall of Fame. Have I mentioned that? Did you guys know that? I don't know if people we don't get enough of that on social media about people talk about that, so I'm not sure if they even heard that before.
Okay.
All right. Do you guys want to do here? You ready? You guys want to do?
I'll shoot left-handed and beat you.
No.
How about that?
I shoot right-handed.
I can shoot left-handed.
All right. Well, no, you could shoot right-handed. I'll shoot left-handed.
It doesn't matter.
Wow.
Okay. You guys want to do? You guys want to do Florida or true crime?
I'll do true crime. I'm all Florida out.
Damn it! It was such a good Florida story.
No.
Okay.
I got some Florida fatigue.
Okay.
Yeah. He's going to talk about that Everglade guy who stuck his hand and got attacked by a shark. You hear that guy?
Yeah. No.
Jackass.
I was going to talk about the teacher who had an AK-47. They went to school, parked their car in the teacher's lot with an AK-47 in between the seats where anybody could see it. He got fired. Okay, he got fired.
Yeah, sure.
Went to court. Judge said you can't fire him because in Florida, your gun has to be either encased or secured, which it was not.
Yeah.
but it can't be readily fireable.
Okay.
It wasn't readily fireable because the bullets
Or
were in the center console.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they were that far away. And the judge said,
I thought you were going to say there was a lock on the trigger.
no,
okay,
no,
so I
no.
thought you were going to say.
nothing was locked.
Okay,
They
yeah.
were just next to the gun. They weren't in the gun.
Yeah.
Because no
In a Ziploc bag.
criminal genius could figure out to get the bullets into the magazine and then put it
2.8
in the
seconds.
gun.
So this was the definition. The judge said because it was not readily accessible to be fired, okay, he got his job back. Now, here's the deal. I looked it up. And again, bullets were in a Ziploc bag in the center console, 6.5 inches away from the gun. It takes 2.5 seconds to load an AK-47. Yeah. For someone who's competent, they said between 20 and 22 seconds for someone who has used a gun before.
Well, we need
to a judge, that's not so.
We need to change the definition of readily accessible, right? Because definitions are open to interpretation, right?
This is Florida.
Yeah.
This is Florida in a nutshell. A guy brings a gun and bullets to school after everything that's happened. Mm-hmm. And it was okay because it would take at least 30 seconds for a competent
I don't
human
care
being.
what the story or scenario is. That fucking guy should be fired.
He was.
But not reinstated. I mean,
and he was. Welcome
I
to
know.
Florida.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
So that's a true crime?
No. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I got a great true crime. Are you ready?
That was just a complaint. That was just a complaint. Here's the crime.
Do we need music?
We can't make it a show without Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
99% of these things are Florida.
Tom Brady in Florida.
Yeah, that's weird that he went there.
Ted.
He normalized Florida.
We're never
going to
hear the end of this guy. I mean, you know that it's going to be like, it's going to be Tom Brady's going to be like, where's Waldo? Everywhere Tom Brady goes, it's going to be Tom Brady showed up here. Tom Brady signed an autograph there. Tom Brady threw a football from a $300 million yacht, knocked a drone out of the air. We're never going to hear the end of the guy.
Did we ever?
Did he do that?
Yeah, he did. He was on a yacht and he threw a football. And he knocked some drone out of the air, and everybody shit all over themselves. And it's just, I'm just saying we're never going to hear.
Confirm? Is he really dating a Kardashian? Is that confirmed? When we talked about it on the show, joking around, and
I don't know.
There was that pool out there in Vegas.
Yeah, I have no idea.
All right.
I can't. You know what?
All right, let's
we do so many
things.
things.
Let's do the
okay.
Well,
Giselle's
Giselle's is banging her jiu-jitsu instructor, so at least he can go out with somebody too. He can have fun too. So.
And I don't know jiu-jitsu, so yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just a little pissed about that. Okay, our true crime takes place on a plane. Okay, on a flight from Palm Springs to Las Vegas. Does anything good happen in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
What?
I won $300 in a crap table.
McCarran Airport has the slot machines there. You can possibly win a couple of bucks.
I know a guy that won $1 million in the airport slot machine.
Who?
No, you don't.
I swear to God.
You personally know a guy.
Chris Rojas. Like 20 years ago. I'm going to tell you the story right now.
That's bullshit.
Listen to me. Listen to me
very carefully.
This is a great story. So Chris is a little bit, this is about 25 years ago. He's like 27 years old. Doesn't have a lot of money. His uncles, they're all going to Vegas. They're like, come over to this. He's like, man, I don't have the money right now. I don't have the scratch. Like, no. He's like, I'll pay for everything. You stay with me in the hotel. Don't worry about it. We'll have a good time. They go to Vegas. He has a good time, whatever. He's kind of like just is sponsored by his uncle going there and all that. So they're in the airport coming home. And he's got like $10 in his pocket. And the slots in the airport are all rigged. I mean, they have the lowest odds of winning of anything in Las Vegas.
Well, they're not really rigged. They're
Even
just tight.
less?
They're just tight.
They're
I mean,
tighter.
so tight. Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
that's the
common
word I'm
knowledge.
looking
Yeah,
for.
there's common knowledge.
Yeah,
so.
they're tight. His uncle goes in the bathroom. He puts the money in the slot. Fucking hits $1 million.
Come on.
No, I
So
swear, I'm not making
it
it up.
must hit a progressive
So your
jackpot.
buddy, he's your buddy.
Well, he's somebody I know. He's an acquaintance that I worked with, and I know people that know him. He won $1 million.
So how long did he hold on to his $1 million?
He did well. He actually he bought his mom a house.
Oh, that's nice.
He put money aside for a house himself, and he put himself through I think it was like electrical. He went to like school and got a degree in electrical.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah,
Southern,
I mean,
was
good for
that
him.
University of Phoenix or Southern New Hampshire University?
No, he went to like a trade school.
Yeah,
man.
trade school. That's good.
No,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, but that's crazy, right?
That's pretty cool. Oh, so here's the funny thing. So,
Okay, so Palm Springs to Vegas.
part of a true crime thing. So Elizabeth Holmes, the former Theranos founder, who just went to prison for the next 11 years, who defrauded multiple investors with their fake blood testing scam. I actually was able
Awesome.
So, but here's the thing. So I'm gonna parlay that. So her inmate number. I'm actually playing that for the Powerball numbers.
She's a loser.
But we're going to turn it into a winner for us. While she's making 10 cents a day scrubbing a floor, we're going to win $400 million or possibly more.
That's tonight.
It's tonight, and it's Wednesday, and it's Saturday. So I'm going to play.
Well, it's over with now.
No, it's not.
Today's
it's not
Monday.
Yeah, it's not until 9:30 is the draw.
today's
You got
Monday.
to get your money.
I already got them. I already got tickets.
Did you play those numbers?
Of course, yeah. So I'm playing her prison, her inmate numbers as my Powerball and possibly Mega Million numbers. So thank you,
That
Miss
makes
Theranos.
no sense whatsoever.
Oh, it makes perfect sense. So her pain will be my gain.
Do you know what the numbers are?
Okay, are you going to buy them right now?
No, I'll tell you.
Are you going to buy it on? Hey.
I'll te-
We got plenty of time.
I'll text you.
All right,
I'll
let's
phone-
go.
phone
True
down,
crime,
Ted.
Palm
I'll send you. I'll
Springs,
send you a photo of the ticket.
Palm
Okay.
Springs to
Okay,
Vegas.
Palm Springs or Vegas. A man on the plane has a serious panic attack. This is serious. Now, I looked this up. I know
It's a short flight too.
It's a short flight, but panic attacks are real. I want you to
Oh,
know
yeah,
this.
they are.
Okay, you ready? More people die from panic attacks every day than die from tying their shoes or combing their hair. I want you to know that.
Wow.
Yeah, more combined. Those two things combined. Wow. Yeah, panic attacks. More people die from that. Okay, in order to relax and not freak out and die. Okay, he needed female affection.
Makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you guys know anybody who suffers from panic attacks? I mean, is this maybe your friend in Vegas? Maybe
No, I'm trying to
Well,
think.
I mean, what's the definition of a panic attack? Is that when you literally just like freak out in public? Do you just like
Well,
hyperventilate?
everyone
Do you just like start
that could
yelling
be
at
it. No,
people?
some people like go in almost a state of shock.
Curl up into like a fetal position.
Some
So I
people
mean,
out. There's like inner rage and like outer rage when you go.
Yes,
Not a
for
rage.
panic?
When you panic, there's like
so you've seen these.
Oh, that's so. When
you can
you're on a plane,
internalize it. You can. Some people internalize it. Some people like it's.
So you've seen
external.
these YouTube videos where like people who freak out. They're called airport freakouts, like people who miss their flight or people who freak out on an airplane. So some of them are just angry because something didn't go their way, but some people literally, like I said, they just freak out because they're in this enclosed space and they just lose their shit. So maybe that's probably.
So he doesn't have a. A therapy? He doesn't have like a therapy dog or something like that.
No, they don't do that anymore.
Comfort
Yeah, they
pig.
do.
No. They're all the airlines. You can have a medical dog, a medical animal.
Yeah.
But you can't have like
comfort pig?
comfort pigs,
Comfort
and all
pig
that
stuff.
stuff.
Comfort
Then
peacock?
my 17-year-old and my wife's idea is out the window. They were going to go to that country with those horses.
All countries have.
No. The country where they're giving away all these stallions because
What?
Yeah, they were going to come.
Oh,
come
if you
back
go to
with
Mexico, I think
they're going to come back with a therapy horse on the plane.
yeah, you can get hippos if you go to.
Oh, that's right. Those are the
Mexico,
cartel.
the
Those
cartel,
are what's his
you
name?
get cartel hippo.
Pablo Escobar's
Escobar's
hippos.
hippos.
Yeah.
Do you guys? I mean,
Dude,
listen,
they're overtaking the country.
Yeah. Do you guys want a hippo? I mean, if you guys want one, we can get a real 3 idiots
I
hippo.
heard
I'm fine with
I
that.
heard they poop a lot. They poop all over the
Not
place.
more than Matt's
Not more-
dogs.
yeah,
They
my
don't.
shit, yeah. What the fuck, man?
And then
Nothing
they
shits more
and
than
then
my
they
dog.
actually
you
their
can
tail
feed
twirls, so
them.
they like
you
fling
can
their
feed
poop.
your dogs to them.
Do not make me get a hippo.
Well, did you know hippos kill more people in Africa
And
every
shoe
year
tying and
than-
hair combing combined.
and elephants and lions? Actually, hippos are the most
Oh, my.
dangerous. They're the most dangerous.
yeah, they're crazy. Okay, so this guy is going to freak out if he doesn't get female affection. Okay,
And what's the definition of female affection?
you
in
will
this
find out.
case?
So he finds the
So
first.
he told him that. So
Well-
he's yelling that, right? I need a.
No, I don't think he yelled it.
Okay.
I think he knew what he needs to help him
Yeah.
with his panic attack. Right?
We all know
So
what
he
we need.
finds the first flight attendant he can.
Yep.
And he tells her that he has to have a kiss. Okay, he has to have a kiss, but
A Hershey's kiss.
no.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but this goes a step
Kiss on his
further.
butt.
Possibly,
Okay.
but it goes a step further when he
Okay.
realizes a kiss is not good enough.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and the crime is coming. Then he tells her that she needs to go into the bathroom with him, and they need to have sex. Yeah, because he's having a very serious panic attack. And remember, I want you to remember this: at any point, he could die.
Okay.
At any point, he could die. Okay, have you guys ever been in a spot where you felt like you were going to die?
Without sex?
Well, just with or without sex. Just in general, have you ever felt like you were
Isn't that
going
the
to
U2
die?
song, With or Without Sex?
With or without sex.
I think I was forced to read Shakespeare in high school, and I thought I was going to die.
Okay,
From
so
boredom.
you felt
Wait,
it.
you're what? Oh, by the way, I loved the show last week.
What?
And Ted was talking about Oliver Twist. He was talking about, well, it was a Shakespeare.
Oliver Twist was Shakespeare? No,
That's
see,
what we were talking about.
but I was drinking gin. I didn't know.
I'm like, I listened to the show, and I'm like, I'm a moron. I mean, I just said this, and this, and I'm completely fucking wrong. And I'm like, I'm the only one that does this. And I'm listening to the show when I'm not on it, and Ted says something that's so asinine. I'm like,
Now you feel better
Oliver
about
like, now
yourself.
I feel better because I've said stuff that's so like the Joy of Happiness.
Yeah.
Oh, I read the book, The Joy of Happiness. I say shit like that all the time. Then finally, Ted does
I believe
something.
you read The Art of War,
Yeah,
which is
so
the same
Ted
thing.
does
It's
something
just like Buddha.
to up me.
The Art
So
of Kama
thank you,
Sutra.
Ted.
The Art
Yeah.
of Kama Sutra.
Thank you, Ted.
Okay, but Mark, have you ever felt
Charles
like
Dixon. Charles Dickens.
Charles
Anyway.
Dixon?
Charles Dixon.
That's
Dick-
the
Dick
priest's
on,
favorite book.
Dick off.
Okay, so Mark, have you ever felt like you were going to die? Like it was imminent death?
Not that I can recall, no.
Okay.
I try not to put myself in those situations, and I
Gra-
don't have
gra-
panic
you saw
attacks.
grave danger.
Is there any other kind
grave
of
danger.
Ted, is there any-
I did have a moment yesterday in the golf course in the sand trap. But
Oh yeah, you got super angry.
yeah, I did, man.
Yeah.
And I try. I mean,
Ted
I'm
walks
not
up
like
to me.
you. Like you know how Matt does it. Like obviously Matt's seen a therapist before because Matt has all these safe words. Oh, golly darn. He doesn't
Because
swear.
I don't get mad about it because
You
it's
do
just
get mad. That's your way of dealing with it.
yeah, but I
Your
don't
therapist
throw
told
stuff.
you no. You don't.
Oh, here, I'll tell
I
you a
don't
funny story.
throw things
hold on,
either. I
here,
mean,
hold on. It's a funny story. I'm working at the golf course today. Guy calls up and he says, "Hey, I'm playing there tomorrow. Did anybody get my club out of the water on 11?" And I said, "What?"
Those were his words.
Those were his words. I said, "What do you mean?"
pretty funny.
He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "My club ended up in the water at 11, and so I have to do it." I'm like, "Oh, did it, like, I don't know, fly out of your cart?" He goes, "No, I threw it." And I go, "Okay, no, I don't think anybody's got it." He goes, "Well, it was sticking right out of the water. I told somebody to go get
Oh
it."
my God! That's when you tell. That's when you say, "What is your name?" Yeah, you're not golfing here anymore.
That's a lot of
couldn't- I
that's a
couldn't
lot
even
of
do it.
that's a lot of
Yeah,
entitlement.
That's- you-
I couldn't even do it.
right away, you make up rules. Rule number 1:
You can't play.
you can't throw clubs.
How come he didn't get his own club?
Rule number 2: if you throw clubs, you can't play here again.
That's what I
How
said.
come he didn't give his own club if he saw it?
So I told him, I said, well, you know what? I'll have the grounds crew look at it. I go, but if you're walking by and you see it, why don't you just pull it right out of there? And he's like, "Oh, if I could do that, I would have done that when I threw it." And I was like, and I want to go, well, maybe you shouldn't throw the club, you suck.
So
Sounds
you
like
know his name in tea time.
Sounds like a real sweetheart.
I do
Yeah.
know who he is. I do know who he is. But I so many things I wanted to say.
No.
Did anybody get my club
No,
out of the water?
Now here's what you say, sir.
On
Was that a 3-iron? Well, you can't hit that club anyway, so you're better off just leaving it there.
Dude, I you know who was notorious for that? It was Mike Ditka.
throwing clubs?
Oh yeah, breaking them and throwing them in the woods. I know a guy that went golfing. He's got it in his garage. He went looking for his ball in the woods, and he saw a club that was bent in half, broken, like somebody broke it over a knee and tossed it in the woods. And he picks it up and he's like, "Holy shit, this is nice!" And he looks and it's engraved, Coach Ditka. It was Mike Ditka.
We got our buddy Joe
So he
throws
hung it
clubs all the time.
He hung it on his
yeah,
in
that's
his
cool.
garage.
That's
it's
cool.
in his garage.
But Mike Ditka's obviously got some anger management issues. You know, he's kind of an
he
old
traded
school football.
45
40
draft picks for Ricky Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what he should have just traded for? All the dope he smoked. Yeah, they would have been we'd been way better off.
Actually,
So
he had a
this
panic- he
guy,
had a panic attack problem.
takes the flight attendant into the bathroom.
No.
No.
She refuses
Yeah.
to go.
No shit.
Despite
Surprise, surprise.
hold on. Despite the fact
Are they still on the
that
ground?
he-
Are they in the
no,
air?
they're in the air.
Okay.
Despite the fact that if his panic attack continues, he could die, she flat out refuses.
God damn it.
Okay, hold on. Now, she says no. She was not suffering from a panic attack at the time, but she's not doing her job either. But whatever. Okay, he finds another flight attendant as he's doing all this comes up and says, "Sir, can you stop?" Okay, he says the same thing to this woman.
Oh, I thought you were going to say this guy.
No, to this woman.
He's-
and knowing that this man is suffering from a panic attack.
Allegedly.
She
And
does
not- and not-
nothing. She
and-
says
and
no.
not horniness.
And does nothing.
Yeah, so-
Okay. She does nothing.
At this
Wait,
point,
I'm waiting for the point where he gets saran wrapped to his seat.
Ted,
That's-
at this
when does
point,
that, when does that
at
point
this
come?
point, we need a volunteer from the passenger list.
Yeah. No. Can I
we
I
get
just
a
say
passenger
that
volunteer?
there is
I'll
a
take
passenger
I'll take
at
care
this
of it. I'll
point
put a
now.
latex glove on.
Ted's
all
going to take one for the team, Ted.
Can I ask a couple of questions here? And again, this is the crime part. Can I ask a couple? If a passenger is having a heart attack, and two flight attendants knew how to do CPR and they refused, is that a crime?
Actually, no. I mean, depends on the Good Samaritan laws. I mean, I don't think it's a crime. I don't think
Actually,
it's
it is a crime.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So they're
Yeah.
just not doing their job. They see a person.
Actually, no,
Wait,
it's only a crime if you're actually a license holder. Like if you're an EMT.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know
if you're an
CPR.
amateur,
I'm
okay.
a licensed
Wait,
CPRist.
but he's having a heart attack in his penis. That's the difference.
Let me ask you this. Here, Matt.
we can't see the heart. We can't see the heart attack.
We don't, Ted. We don't know who this person was, but let's play out a scenario. Scenario. What if the passenger, same situation,
Okay.
but it was Brad Pitt? That flight attendant have sex with him in the bathroom?
I would have. It would have been after me.
Or Ryan
after me.
Ryan Reynolds.
Right after me.
That's how Brad Pitt gets laid all the time.
Panic attacks?
Panic attacks.
I'm pretty sure if Brad Pitt just said, you want to go in the toilet, everyone would get in a line. I mean, there'd be a line to the bathroom. I'm almost 100%. Yeah, I'm almost 100% sure.
Well, I don't know if this guy's good. He might be a good-looking guy. I don't know. I mean, that's besides the point, but, you know.
Right, it is besides the point,
we don't
Ted.
know.
This is about health. Okay. This is about doing your job.
It's about blood flow.
And crime.
It's about blood
so
flow.
what happened?
Okay. Finally, after everyone has completely disregarded this guy's health concerns, everyone, okay, his friends kind of get control of him and pin him to the seats so he can stop having a panic attack. Okay?
So he's got friends. That's good.
Well,
he's got people
people who are doing their jobs,
Yeah.
unlike the flight attendants, okay? The plane lands thankfully, without any further incident and no loss of life. 0 loss of life, okay? So now we need to talk about punishment right now, okay?
And the police were waiting for him at the gate, I'm assuming.
What should happen to those flight attendants?
Oh, my God, dude.
What?
The three of us are going to get on a plane to do our tour.
The flight
and
attendants?
we have a lot of flight attendants
They
that
have to
listen to
drive.
the show.
They have to drive.
Yeah, we
We're
cannot get
driving
on
our
a
tour.
plane
Well,
anymore.
they should get a bonus for obviously ignoring the rantings of a crazy person.
He could have died, Ted.
Did he have a medical
Ted,
card?
I'll tell you right now. I looked
did
this up.
Did he die?
I'll
Flight
tell you
attendants
right
have
now.
an
Did
obligation.
he die?
There are over 1 million people a year that have panic attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And even though no one has died yet, all of them could have. That's 1 million people in a
Wait a
year.
minute. Isn't
That's
spontaneous combustion like a panic attack? And that's a real thing. People spontaneously combust.
Are you saying panic attacks aren't real?
No, I
I think
said
they're real.
people that spontaneously combust are actually having a panic attack, right? That's a result of a panic attack. What if this guy
It
blew
depends
up on
if
the
they ask
plane?
someone for sex. It really depends if they ask someone for sex. Because at that point, if you're asking someone for sex, you're at the end. You're at the
into the
very
dice.
end
Or you're just
of.
or you're just soliciting.
He's turning into Dice Clay
you're
right
just
now.
soliciting.
No, you're at the
he's
very
expecting the flight
end
attendant to have sex with
of
this guy.
I mean, that's the next step is death. The next step. I mean, do
All
you
right,
want
so
to be
what
on a
happened?
plane
They
with a
get
dead
off,
guy?
get off the plane. The flight attendant gets arrested.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah, they both
All
went
of
to
them?
jail.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this guy's totally fucked. Yeah, this guy is totally fucked, right? Yeah.
So we have a mugshot of this real sweetheart. I'm assuming
but I'll give you some concepts of what's going on here. Okay, so you remember the guy who masturbated on the plane 4 times?
I was actually going to bring that guy up. So actually made me think that. So that guy he jerked off 4 times.
Amazing.
He made
It was on the
was
show.
it 4
So
hours?
we're
Well, think
talking
about
about
this. You masturbate
I
4
think about
times
it all the time, Ted. He's
in a
guy's
2 hour
amazing. He should get
span.
an award.
He should be a porn star, right? I mean,
Yeah, he should get an
after
award.
he gets charged with a crime.
All
Yeah,
right.
I mean, if you could pull that off, I mean, physically,
Okay,
yeah.
so he's
That's
actually
talented.
screwed. I mean, I don't know how screwed he is. I think he got about a $20,000 fine.
Yeah. No fly
48
list.
48 days in jail.
No fly list, all that good stuff.
So
yeah,
he did go
There
to
was
jail.
nothing in his plea deal that says he can't fly. But I'm sure that's a whole separate thing. But he got 48 days in jail, not prison. 48 days in jail, and a pretty decent sized fine. I think it started as $20,000. I think it got cut down to about $8,000 or $10,000.
Could you imagine?
So you think he's gonna have a panic attack when he's alone in
So
his
he
cell?
has to get on that flight to go home.
from
The
from
return
airplane.
flight. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
The
pretty
Vegas
sure
to
that
Palm
didn't happen.
Springs flight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. Okay, yeah. So I looked this up about plane incidents in 2022. There were 2,000 incidents on planes.
Yeah, that's
Okay?
a lot. That's a
Yeah,
lot. That's crazy.
So over half of them, you're not going to believe this. Over half of them were sexual in nature, not fighting.
I didn't know that.
but sexual in nature.
Yeah,
Wait,
I was a part of an incident like that. I wasn't
What?
involved. I was sleeping the whole time, but I went.
How bad was your panic attack?
It wasn't me. I was sleeping. I was on the plane with a group of there was 12 of us. We all went to Vegas, and
See, it's Vegas.
yeah, we were coming back from Vegas. My buddy Tommy, he got arrested.
What did he do?
4.
He just went.
went ape shit?
He was drunk
On the
and
plane?
So one of the
just-
flight attendants was having a panic attack, and she
No,
asked him
dude,
for
he-
sex, and he said no.
It-
Did you see?
I guess I'm not going to even get into it because I slept through the whole thing. But all I know is when I woke up when we landed, he was nobody could exit the plane till the police got on and escorted him off the plane.
So you slept through the greatest story of your life.
yeah,
Yeah, but you're coming back from
But-
Vegas.
but
you
you know-
probably hadn't slept in
But
days.
you know
I
what's
didn't
you know
sleep
you know
in
what
2
sucks.
days. I did
You
not
know
sleep
what
in 2
sucks.
days.
You know what sucks. Okay, I don't fly that often, but let's just say I'm flying out to go golfing or go somewhere where you have like a deadline, and you think, oh, I don't want to. You always think I'm going to be delayed because of the weather. Like, oh, the weather, I can't. The plane's not going to take off because of the weather. There's a mechanical issue. But I actually never think that there's going to be an unruly passenger, because if that happens, you have to deboard the plane. They got to arrest this half-wit, and then, or like if it happens in midair, they're going to divert the flight and you got to land somewhere else so they can, when they zip.
Oh, wait a minute.
So when they zip tie this person and they have to like hog tie him and get him off the plane. So yeah, it just fucks up everyone's trip.
I got a really good story. I was on a plane with a real panic attack. I was flying from in Hawaii. I was on the Big Island.
Did you finish him so he could?
No, it was a girl. So we had to fly.
Oh, okay.
So listen. So we had to fly from the Big Island to Honolulu, and then Honolulu to Chicago. So from the Big Island to Honolulu is a short flight, 45 minutes.
Yeah, Phoenix to Tucson.
So we get on this flight. Me and my buddy get on the flight to go to Honolulu, and there's a group of, I think it's 4. It's 2 couples, 2 girls and 2 guys. They get on, and it's a night flight. It's like a 10:30 flight. It was dark outside. They get on, and they're partying all day, right? So they get on a plane, and they're like, they're having a good time. They're joking, and they're in the back, and they're wanting to get up in the air so they can order around the drinks. And the flight attendant's like, it's not
45 minutes.
It's not that kind of flight. We're not serving drinks. Oh, and they're making all these jokes and everything, and they're really fucking annoying. So we get up in the air, and it is at that point in my life, the worst turbulence I've ever experienced.
Oh, so it stopped being funny.
Yeah.
It stopped being funny, and this woman is going crazy for 30 minutes. We're going to die. She's screaming. And it's...
Oh, drunks on a plane. That's worse than snakes on a plane.
The other 3 were like...
take snakes
The other 3 were like trying to calm her down, and she's going ape shit. We're going to die. It's going down.
It's just going to be you.
Yeah.
We're all going to live.
And me and my buddy are sitting there. They were so annoying for 20 minutes before we took off. 20 minutes, they were the clowns, and it was like everyone's just annoyed with them. We're like, we're going to fly with them the whole time. And then...
So no, you got
and then of course, when we land, it's like it never happened. Mm-hmm. Like she was like...
Some people are just...
you got to have plane justice.
Some people are just bad...
Dude, my buddy Mike turned around and goes... He goes, how was your fucking flight?
Yeah.
Some people are just bad drunks.
No, he looked at you. He goes, how was your fucking
some people,
flight?
I mean,
because I had to listen to you the whole time.
It's not even like a panic attack. Some people are just bad drunks. You get them in a scenario, they act like idiots. So that's what it sounds like to me.
Well, it started off like everybody thought she was kidding because they were such loudmouths, but and for a good 10 minutes, we're like, when is she going to shut up? And then it was like, oh my God, she's legitly having.
Here's the funny thing. So I work.
Nobody went in the bathroom with her.
I bartended.
Nobody.
No, she'd be too loud.
I bartended for several years back in my 20s, and I worked at my dad's beer and shot joint, back in the day in the West, or like in the city. The drunkest people I've ever seen in my entire life to this day was a middle-aged woman at 2 p.m, and then like a middle-aged guy who just like a normal guy. He has to have like I don't even, it wasn't even that much. He had like maybe a couple of drinks. I don't know if he was taking medication. This woman, and it was like the Terminator. Like she'd leave, and like, oh, thank God she left. And then she would come back, and it's like the point where you're supposed to just pass out.
Ted, she was going out to the car.
She didn't pass out
to do alternative substances.
She should have passed out.
So Ted kept serving her.
So here's what's going to happen.
Kept serving her.
Listen, here's what's going to happen with this. At some point, flight attendants are going to have tasers.
Yeah.
Or like bear spray or something.
Yeah.
And no, I'm telling you, man.
Flights already have. We already have marshals. They have marshals on
But how would you like to have that job? Okay, that's a shitty job, right? Because people, if they talk to you, they're probably complaining, right? If you're on a plane, you got to deal with all that plane shit, and you're stuck in this thing, right? You got crazy people,
but
like
you never
Mark
know.
And all that stuff.
You never know if there's a marshal on the plane or not. They're always undercover. Those guys.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have stopped. Even if a marshal came, this guy was pawing all over this chick. Yeah. She was pawing all over her, trying to get in her pants. If I'm telling you right now, they're going to end up with a taser. You're going to walk up and you're going to.
No, I think
it's
too
do
dangerous.
Dude, I mean, what? But
they're ready to arm teachers, but not flight attendants.
Well, what are you going to? I mean, no. I mean, nobody's going to do this job.
You zip tie them. I've seen like people get zip tied, like saran wrap them to their seat, and just I mean, obviously the passengers are usually responsible.
That's an after what happens thing.
Yeah.
I mean, people shouldn't be a woman, a guy. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are, what job you're doing. Yeah. You shouldn't be. I mean, automatically, you're probably as drunk in a bar in a plane as you are in a bar. right?
Well, it's worse actually.
Probably
I think
worse.
it's worse. Yeah, because you're claustrophobic. Because like with a bar, you can kind of act out, and you're sort of like
you
in
can kick
public.
him out. You can't kick a guy out of
But
a
in the
plane.
it's a very small.
Maybe that's
an idea.
It's a very small.
Kick him out of a plane.
Eject
Like
them
they
from
have
the
one
plane,
of those, like a cargo plane has the back opens up and just fucking kick them
like
out.
Hunger Games.
But you put Ted,
so she
but
says-
you put a parachute on them, but the parachute is like prison
optional.
pinstripes, so they know when they land to arrest them right
No,
away.
that would be awesome. She goes, "Oh yeah, you know what? Go in the back. Yeah, you go ahead and get ready.
Let me go change.
Yeah, let me go change into something a little more
comfortable.
and he's
It's like
gone.
perfect.
And then the other flight
No,
attendant says,
yeah, let's
"Did
go
you
in this
put the-"
bathroom. Go
Yeah.
in that bathroom right there. I'll meet you in there in a minute.
Yeah.
And the floor just opens up.
Yeah, and then
it's
the,
like a
the other flight
or you
attendant
just-
says,
or you
"Did you
just-
give him the parachute?"
No.
And she goes, "What parachute?"
Or you just lock them in. You just lock them in the bathroom. It's like a little makeshift cell.
No, it's like a fake bathroom.
No, the
It's like
doors
fake
come
bathroom.
floor-
Exactly.
Yeah, the chains.
The shutter comes down.
Could you imagine having to deal with that? Could you imagine? I mean, could you imagine your wife or girlfriend, right, or your daughter, having to come home and tell you a story like that?
Dude, I hear stories from my daughter all the time like that.
Here's the funny thing.
What?
Here's the funny thing. Like you picture these people.
I don't have a daughter.
I know. I was just like, what the hell are you talking
But in
about?
life, like
I could say things like that. I don't have
but
a
think
daughter.
about this woman before she went to Vegas or got drunk wherever she's from. She's probably living like a semi-normal life. She probably has a job somewhere. She's probably like
you talking about Mark's girl?
No, I'm talking about like the woman on the plane who flipped out. You know, these people who freak out. I mean, they obviously come from somewhere. I mean, they don't act like raving
What do you mean,
lunatics.
Mark's girl?
Yeah, so they just.
The girl you just talked about?
Yeah. So I'm just saying, but these are like I'm assuming semi-normal, rational people in everyday society, and then then they just get some liquor in them. Like, and you can say this about a lot of people who just they're bad drunks.
She
right?
had a panic.
They're
This
bad
woman had a
drunks.
panic attack. It was insane.
Yeah.
I personally have never witnessed anything like that in my
Well,
life.
I mean, if you YouTube like people like airport freakouts, they'll show people on planes like screaming at the top of their lungs.
Well, there was a guy just 2-3 days ago. He got on a plane. He literally groped everyone on the plane. No, he literally groped every woman he could get his hands on.
I know that guy.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And then he says, well, you know, what happened? He goes, oh, I took an Ambien.
Yeah.
And I was sleepy.
Oh, like the Roseanne Barra excuse.
Yeah, the Roseanne Bar.
Yeah.
And I'm
We
like,
talked about that
wait a
last
minute.
week, right?
I was like, I don't understand this. You take Ambien and it just makes you sleepy. It doesn't make you grab people.
Yeah.
That was
And
her,
he was on a
yeah.
plane. He was on like a 3-hour plane trip.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at all these things and all these comments are people like, it's 3 hours. You take
No,
an
he
Ambien.
said he took a Grabbion.
Yeah, Grabbion. But you take an Ambien to sleep like 8 hours. He said he took it to be on a 3-hour plane, and then I guess in his sleep he's constantly masturbating. So he was
I
just
took a
grabbing
groping
things.
pill. I took a groping
maybe
pill.
maybe it was a horny goat weed. Maybe he mistook it for.
No, it's just so weird to me. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. I when I saw that story, I was just like, that's crime.
Well, they're just excuses. There's excuses to cover up, to just mask, to divert away from bad behavior. I mean, what else are you going to say? I'm a pervert.
But here, I want you to do this. Let's just say the three of us, we go.
Prevert.
There's 4 guys on a plane. And we take an extra buddy with us, and the 3 of us have to drag our buddy back to his seat and pin him down for the rest of the flight.
That's a nightmare.
At that point, I'm telling you right now, I'm
for-
popping him in the head like 10
your
times.
former buddy.
Yeah.
Your former buddy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, there's no.
Oh yeah, wherever he's at, he's staying there. He ain't coming back.
You know what's
with me.
funny though? The older you get, we all know friends from years ago, and they're friends, right?
Right.
But we all know, like, I have friends all the time. Oh, we're going to Nashville for the game. We're going. I'm like,
Have fun.
oh, I can't go, man. I can't go because there's no fucking way I'm being stuck on vacation with you.
Yeah.
Well, didn't you give the story the one time? I mean, without going into detail, that you said you were on a golf trip and the one guy got so drunk before you even teed off that that your group had to send him home because he
he
shit all over himself. He shit all over himself.
All over himself. Yeah. And
Well,
and I mean,
Looks
I-
like
after-
this golf game's too much for you. We'll
after-
have to take you back to the city.
24 beers in an hour and a half, or whatever.
And our buddy Mike went on our buddy Mike that we golfed with all the time, played softball with. He went on the trip to Vegas, and the guy didn't come back. They couldn't find him.
Yeah, we got somebody like
Wow.
that too.
Yeah, couldn't find
Yeah,
him.
we got somebody. I got one of those
Just
guys.
disappeared.
Yeah.
We got one of those
It was
guys.
like the, it was like
He
the,
came
like
back
the real
I
life
think he
version.
came back like 2 weeks
like
later.
the, like the Hangover, like
I
the
know.
Hangover, the real life version.
No,
They
they didn't even care. They didn't go looking for him or anything.
he had a Mike Tyson tattoo and he was missing a
Hey,
tooth.
my buddies, they went on a trip to Seattle to watch the Bears play Seattle a bunch of years ago. One guy didn't come back.
Yeah.
Came back.
Sometimes you lose some good men in the process.
a week a week later, like what?
Someone has to be the sacrificial lamb.
You know what he did? You know what he did?
What?
He had to go smoke, and it was at the time there's no smoking in the stadium. There's nowhere to smoke in the stadium. You can't smoke at this time. Now, like I think
When
they
he go outside the stadium?
No, he went up into the concourse area in that stadium. I'd never been there. and he was smoking up there, and they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. And they escorted him out, and he's like, wait a minute. They didn't give him a second chance. They just fucking threw him out. And then no one saw him again.
Well, I think
he didn't go back to the hotel or anything?
He probably went out for a drink or something like that. And then
had a panic attack, and
they
the next
all
thing you know, he's in
here's,
jail.
here's what we underestimate. I think we underestimate some people, and we all know people like this. I haven't seen people like this in years, but I think we underestimate just how drunk somebody can get and how impaired their judgment can get because we can't picture that happening to us on our worst day, and then and it doesn't even take like a huge amount of alcohol to get these people impaired, and plus we don't know if they're taking medication or Ambien.
Or, what do you do? I like to go to football games and take Ambien.
Or flaxseed oil could be anything,
Teddy, were you on that golf trip when we got kicked out of that hotel? For our buddy who...
I was there, but we didn't get kicked out per se. We just weren't asked back. That's what I heard,
So
I mean, I was there.
We're in a common room, and
like one of those, not a reception, but like conference room,
Yeah, and we're all
playing
there,
cards,
like 20 guys, and he's
playing
drinking
cards.
scotch, and he just...
And it was a lot of scotch.
and he just started screaming things that no person should scream.
Guys, trips and scotch don't mix.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it does in moderation, but not,
this guy's a nut job. I mean, he's a nut job to begin with. Yeah, no, he's a nut job to begin with. Yeah, Teddy's like, don't say his name. I'm not going to say his name, Ted. But yeah, so he did it.
Good old Bobby.
Yeah, and so as I'm checking, I'm in charge of the trip. Yeah, I'm in charge of the trip, and we're in Indiana, which I feel like in Indiana you can do anything.
It's a pretty conservative state.
Whoa. I mean, yeah.
I'm from Indiana.
Yeah, you can do anything in Indiana.
I'm
they don't care.
So that means we can do anything to you.
Yeah, and so I
That's
check
what it
out.
means.
Oh,
I'm just
you end up in a
wait, hold on.
cornfield.
Can we do anything to him in a bar in about 10 minutes? Yeah. But
Here, Mark, what's that?
So I told him,
Ted just pretended to give me a shot in the arm.
Yeah, that's poison.
Again, like Cannonball Run.
Yeah. Wait, they
not
they didn't give anybody a shot in Cannonball Run, did they?
Yeah, they did. The ambulance. Remember they had that goofy doctor with the eyes?
Oh yeah.
And he's trying to give him shots, and he gives himself the shot.
I'm gonna see that movie again.
Oh my God.
Dom DeLuise and oh my God, dude. You want to talk about a great spinoff, right? From the Bandit, Smoking the Bandit.
Smoking the Bandit, yeah. Oh, that was great.
Oh my God, those are great movies.
Okay, let's put this. World's longest show. I love this.
Did we break a record?
We broke a record today. I love a good record.
6,642 seconds, folks.
How long is that?
Wait, is that? How do you see that? Oh,
That's
I see
right
it down at the
screen,
bottom.
Yeah.
No, I'm just doing the
Holy
math in my
shit.
head.
Oh,
I just did the math in my
You're
head.
like Rain Man.
That's
You're
a lot
like a
of
genius.
seconds. All right, Teddy, you go first. Last thoughts.
I'm exhausted. Let's get this over with.
Like emotionally, come on, man. We had a cool guest.
I'm having a pan. No, it was.
Can we
it
turn
was,
this into two shows?
It was a good show.
If I knew how to edit, yeah.
It was a good show.
It was a good show. I showed up and I was here.
For future reference, I would like to explore more true crime and more current events, like we just
That wasn't
did
really
in the
a
last
true
segment.
crime.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really crime. It's just
weird.
more. It's more like just current events.
I'm pretty sure he sexually assaulted two
Yeah, I
women.
know, but we had a.
But I mean,
better- we had better
true crime
ones.
is more like it's an unsolved mystery.
Yeah,
Who
Ted's-
did it?
Yeah, I know.
It's not Jack the
I'm sorry.
Ripper.
Ted had a couple good ones that we haven't used yet.
No, I saw
get
this
to it,
thing
yeah.
and I just
No, it's good.
I
That's
knew we
good.
could have
That's
some
good
fun
talking
with it.
points.
Yeah,
Good
I
job.
knew we could. All right, Marquise, last thoughts.
Oh man, my final thought would be my last thoughts would be staying on topic with the Operation Comfort. You know, I think what he said was your question about how we can help in different markets is volunteer. Time is as important as money. So if you don't have the funds, spend some time, volunteer your time, and be nice.
But I think it can be. I mean, I think volunteering can be more.
Oh, and that's what I mean. I mean, volunteering can be way more valuable than money at sometimes, but they do need money too. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know a guy, our buddy Chalmer, his friend, who's very well off. His wife runs it's a deal where they do horse therapy or kind of animal therapy for veterans. He's very well off, so he set this up. His wife was really into it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's up in Wisconsin area.
Yeah, it's great.
But she helps veterans. And they come in. I've seen it on 60 Minutes. I've seen a bunch of things that they didn't do her thing, but it's the same kind of thing. Equine therapy or something like that.
Oh,
where
yeah,
it
that's
just
great.
kind of
I've
helps.
heard of that.
It just
Yeah,
kind of helps veterans who have trouble connecting. That's why I asked that question. Like are there things where people can do things with groups because they need to experience, you need to have places to do things and
where you would
team
get in
things,
touch with somebody
or
like
rather
him and
individual.
his group and say, hey, if you want to bring some guys over here for the weekend, or guys or girls or veterans, if you want to bring some veterans over,
Right.
we're gonna they could do this, and that.
Yeah. So all that kind of stuff. But it was one of those things where, I saw it, and honestly, even now I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. But how important it is that we take care of the people that have literally made us able to do what we're doing. I know I've said it like 6 times already, but I feel like it's so important. These people risk their lives. Mm-hmm. Okay, they risk their lives. It's the same with firemen. It's the same with police officers. They risk their lives. And I know we hear bad stories, but there are so many people out there that put their life on the line for someone that they don't know. Yeah. That they might never meet again.
EMT paramedics, just
exactly.
simple as that.
Exactly. You know what? I made a mistake when I just said I said guys.
Well,
we always
people. We mean people.
No, I mean men and women. I mean it's just veterans and first responders in general, because there's just as many women that need the help that are veterans as men and first responders. It's not just males. It's
right.
And
that's one of the new things.
Yeah.
That because there's more women. In the armed forces, there's a lot of they're coming up with different ways to deal with different things because men and women are different and they experience trauma in a different way.
Sure.
So okay, listen, I know everybody's like, you got like 5 car rides back and forth for this show, which is perfect. I'm cool with that. Next week, 0 guests, which I'm kind of excited about. The week after that, we're going to be talking to the president of the Greater Idaho Movement. And they're looking to get out of Oregon and get into Idaho. And I'll tell you right now, I've done my research already on this. It's amazing what they want to do. It's a really interesting story.
I wouldn't mind visiting Idaho. Idaho's pretty cool. Like
no, we're going to go visit Oregon.
Oh, that too.
Oregon Ducks, man.
For
Let's
sure.
just. I mean, no offense to the Greater Idaho Movement, University of Oregon.
Go Beavers.
Ducks. Yeah. I will cut you as soon as
Beavers.
Listen, as soon as I
my
press
niece
stop.
is at Oregon State, so go Beavers.
Is that Corvallis?
Yeah, Corvallis.
And
Oregon State.
You know what?
Is.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? She's got a meaningless degree, and she'll probably she will probably be homeless soon.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's real. All right, everybody, have a great week. Have a great 4th of July. Right. Be safe with your fireworks.
Happy Independence Day.
Yeah, and enjoy whatever you're going to do, and enjoy your family and everything. And we will see you guys next week.